Hey! Wow, you caught me by surprise. I was doing my little Game Master researches, putting the finishing touches on a very complex scenario that I have written and done. There we go. Whew, took several days, but I've created what I consider to be my masterpiece for tonight. And we have a crew that is deserving of a masterpiece. I should say where you're at and who I am and what's going on. Hi, if you're just joining us for the first time, my name is Jared Logan, and you're watching the Stream of Blood. We are a tabletop role-playing game streaming channel that brings you the best in tabletop role-playing games played by exciting, funny, interesting people, comedians, writers, actors, and actresses. And we're so happy to present to you tonight another chapter in our Blades in the Dark saga. Blades in the Dark is, of course, the incredible game by John Harper, published by Evil Hat Studios. And this game is powered by the apocalypse. That means it uses a version of the rules created by Vincent Baker for his Apocalypse World system. And it's a great game. It's a fantastic game where our players are going to try to commit crimes in a fantasy city, a haunted Victorian city that is surrounded on all sides by lightning towers to keep the teeming hordes of endless ghosts out in the Deathlands. They're kept out by these lightning towers that are fueled by Leviathan blood. And if that doesn't hook you, you're not as nerdy as I am. We have a connected Blades in the Dark universe here on the Stream of Blood. You've already seen possibly our friends from the Glass Cannon. They came on and they play a crew called the Tin Whistles, who are smugglers who are involved in all kinds of shady doings in the city of Duskfall, the city featured in this game. We also have our friends from Better Than Heroes, who play the Kinohora, who are Skovlin immigrants who are shadows. They steal Skovlin artifacts back from the colonial Akarosi colonialists that stole them from them. So tonight we are going to meet a new crew, and guys, I don't even know what the crew or the characters in it are yet. You are going to see us create this crew live on stream, and then we're going to play a short score. So I think this is great because I just want to show people, if they don't play Blades in the Dark, how quick and easy it is to make characters for it, and then how incredibly fun and easy it is to prep a game, and how fun it is when it all plays out. So let's get into it by bringing in our crew for this evening. You've seen her on the Stream of Blood many times. She's one of our favorite people to play with. You may have seen her on Geek and Sundry. She has her own streaming channel called the Good Time Society. Please welcome our good pal, Becca Scott, everybody. Becca Scott, I said. I summoned Becca. Oh, hello! Were you okay? Were you out of the room?
I was in a limbo. I was pulling myself off of your background because I see you are now lit pink, and I really like it. And so am I.
I am. Yeah, yes, you are. You are lit, and you are pink now. Yes. I really want to do the same thing with my hair.
Sorry,
I
what?
want to do the same thing with my hair.
You can. It's not
but just
easy.
Here, maybe. You know,
that
where I have this, where I got this salt and pepper.
You literally just need a special conditioner for that.
Really?
I'll send you a link.
All right. If we reach 7 million subscribers, actually the whole thing goes pink.
Now you made it an untruth, but I think you could really rock grays to pinks.
Maybe I will try it. What the hell? Why not?
But you know what? As a fellow actor in Hollywood, I said, guess what? Nobody's even casting right now, let alone am I getting auditions. So now's the time.
Right. And you make it look good too. One problem I have or used to, now that I'm going gray, it's not a problem, but my sideburns used to come in bright orange. No joke. And so did my beard. And one time a stylist was like, "Do you dye your sideburns?" And I was like,
you should know
I guess I'm not doing that. I'm not doing sideburns anymore. If you think that I get up and I'm like, let's get these nice and orange here before I go out.
Yeah, just mascara, orange mascara.
Welcome back. What's your experience with our friend Blades in the Dark here? Any at all?
I'm so glad you asked. So my experience with Blades in the Dark is nope, never.
Okay. You're going to really love it, and it really fits your play style, which is doing stuff instead of waiting and talking about doing stuff. So I'm just so happy to have you here, and we have selected 2 crewmates for you that we think you will work well with, that you will score a much heist with. I'm going to bring in.
Have filthy mouths, and I like that in women.
Yes, I like women that talk like sailors. Not that my opinion matters. Let's bring in the first one. She is a fantastic comedian and podcaster. One part of the Two Filthy Nerds podcast. Please welcome Jessica Michelle Singleton.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah!
Yay! I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah. Thank you for being here.
My hair was cool too, but
it is cool.
Let's all by the next time we do this, we could all have like all the colors of the rainbow.
I like finding out that you had ginger burns. That's crazy. Only this part.
This has never been ginger.
That's like you can't hide your like Scottish or Irish roots. They'll come out somewhere. It's
that's exactly right.
Pure alcoholism. So
yeah, that's probably what made it happen. The more whiskey I drank, the more orange came into my hair. Jessica, I know Jessica Michelle. I know that you haven't played this game, but it is about crime and playing a criminal. What is your relationship with crime?
Oh yeah, no, I am a criminal. So
really,
yeah, I am hard. I can't go into detail. There's a lot I can't talk about, but. Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of crime.
I was arrested when I was 18 for going to a party, so I
really I got detained once for streaking across a mall.
Oh, I knew I could get it out of you.
I'm like a really tough criminal. I got naked.
It goes in a criminal bin.
I think it'd be really great if our game was just like you guys getting in trouble for going to a party or streaking through a marketplace.
Yeah, there's all these other games that are like severe criminals, and I'm like, we're streakers.
Yeah, the streaking crew. Oh,
yes.
Oh.
Let's make sure that's okay with your third and final member of your crew. She is the other half of the Two Filthy Nerds podcast, a podcaster, a comedian, a funny lady. Please welcome the awesome Nicole, AIMÉE, Schreiber, everybody.
Hi.
Hey. Hi.
I'm Dan Levy.
Hey. Dan Levy of
so I'm going with
it. The new glasses. I made one joke and she won't let it go.
Oh, I don't think that you look like a little bit. But he's a very talented man who's won many awards.
He's beautiful too. I think it's a compliment.
I started by calling you a funny lady, and I'm just making it worse. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Really excited to have you guys play through some crime tonight. So I know you guys have played a little D&D. Who's your go-to D&D character?
Oh, that's just me. I'm always.
Okay.
I'm not even like good at getting outside of my own realm. I'm always a goblin bard, which is basically what I am in real life.
Yeah, some people it's an avatar, right? They don't really want to be different. They want to be, I want to be me, but in this fantasy world.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to maybe trying to step more out into something different, but we'll see. I won't.
I'm sorry, Nicole, AIMÉE, but you are a Harry Potter fan, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm a Harry Potter fan.
Okay, cool. What's your favorite book in that series? I don't want to brag. I've read all of them. Yeah.
Brag away.
I have a Harry Potter tattoo.
Wait,
really?
Wait, what?
Look, there's some J.K. Rowling drama in the world. It's not a thing to brag about, but I do have the words that would open a certain map tattooed upon my thigh.
Okay.
You're going to have to
wear up to no good right on your thigh. Listen,
I mean, it could be a t-shirt or a poster or a tattoo, so.
I have J.K. Rowling's face tattooed on my back, and that has not aged well.
No.
To just have her face
I also
on
have
my back.
faces tattooed on my back, Jared.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
They age with you. It's kind of nice.
What would be great is if you transitioned to a woman and then you had her tattooed on your back.
I
So.
don't-
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's
She
the
would not
ultimate.
like that.
No.
Look, we can love the art and have a complicated relationship with the artist, and then that's enough talking about that.
We can get out of this real quick.
Book
Well-
7. I'm reading book 7 right now. It's currently my favorite. It's blowing.
Which one is that one again?
The last
She's-
one.
Oh
She's-
yeah,
Yeah, it's the last one. It's
Definitely
with the Horcruxes.
7
It
books, 8
definitely helps.
movies.
Mhm. I'm just finished. I'm actually so this whole our podcast is basically me reading Harry Potter for the first time.
And me having been obsessed with it my whole life. In case that's not obvious by my background.
I'm jealous of you that you get to experience it for the first time while a friend like the friends I have loudly yells at you. Right? Didn't you like that part?
Wasn't that awesome? Aren't they cool? Oh yeah, that's our whole podcast.
I have a podcast that does that for Star Trek: The Next Generation. So there you go.
Oh my god! Well, we're doing different things that we haven't experienced, and I'm sure
Get
with
you
Star
some
Trek.
TNG.
Yeah, you've got to come on sometime when we do that. Like
TNG is truly like that is so dorkable like TNG. They're in like the tight little suits,
Ugh.
and they're all talking like NPR hosts. It's the best. Let's play some Blades in the Dark, and to do that, we are going to have to create characters. But before we do that, we have to create a crew. Your crew has a specialty. In our Blades in the Dark universe already, we have a crew that are smugglers. We have a crew that are what are called shadows. They kind of specialize in burglary and stealing things. What would you guys like to play as? I'm going to bring you 3 options. You could be assassins, meaning your crew is hired to kill people. You could be bravos, which means your crew are sort of like fighters. You basically beat people up, do extortion rackets. You're kind of like a mercenaries or like a street gang for hire. Or
I already love you both. We were meeting for the
I'm
first
like,
time.
you might as well kill them.
Yeah,
I'm
a
so
fucking
many facial
assassin,
messages.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Go on.
No, guys, please. So the final option is a cult. You can be a cult, meaning that you'll be very interested in the sort of magical occult side of this setting, and you'll be trying to like steal magical artifacts and take out rival cults.
This is all good.
I'm
Okay,
into
so
murder.
I saw faces for no fighting. Yeah, we're into murder.
I like
Kind of
assassin.
into cult stuff.
Cult
kind of
stuff's
into
cool
cult stuff.
too. Yeah. I was in a
We-
cult.
I feel like
once.
murder drew us all in.
Wait, what cult were you in?
I was in a weird like masturbation cult
What?
called
not-
One
Oh.
Taste. Yeah.
What? What was it called?
One
Go on.
Taste. I told you about this. It's the same one that Theo Vaughn was in. They don't call themselves a cult, but it was a cult.
I mean, I think we have to just get a little bit of an idea of
You just have to
what,
get one taste of
how a
that-
yeah.
One taste of a cult, and then you're. It's called oming, orgasmic meditation, and I was going through a breakup. I was trying to
That's
find
when they
love,
get you.
and,
That is when they get you.
and then I just let a 50-year-old man give me a happy ending. You know,
I think I read.
Yes.
Did you ever do? Did you ever write something about that?
I mean, I talked about
Published?
it somewhere. I think I did it for Thrillist, maybe.
I read that Thrillist article. It was fascinating.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Okay, we'll just save this for later.
All right. Fascinating and harrowing. This is a cult, guys. I don't know what you're talking about. What does the chat think these ladies should play as? I saw some people saying cult. It sounds like Bravos are right out.
I was surprised to find out Bravos wasn't just a group of drunk people on a reality show. I thought
Right.
they sort of
That I
behave
would
like
say.
Real Housewives, just with knives and guns.
Also, isn't Bravos a area in Game of Thrones?
Yes, that is
Oh.
Bravos, and these are Bravos.
Bravo! They're just like
Bravos,
attention-seeking criminals. They beat you up and they go, "Did anyone see how good that was? Can I get some applause?"
And then they just cheer one another on. Bravo! Bravo!
And they take
Frank Yusuf
selfies
at
the whole
night.
time.
Yeah.
All right, the chat is screaming cult. The chat is screaming
No,
assassins as well. It's really up to you. Assassins or cult, guys? What do we think?
Listen, a random group of men in a multicultural fraternity called me the Alaskan assassin for all of college. I would love to live that out.
Are you
Okay.
from Alaska?
I am from Alaska.
Oh, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be funny if she just had this Alaska vibe, never been there, and guys were just like, yeah, she feels like an Alaska girl.
Just yeah.
They just put that on me.
Yeah, I mean, you can live it out. You can live out the fantasy of killing people and being from a cold part of this world, but technically Alaska doesn't exist
I know.
in this universe. So what do you think? It's sounding like you're leaning towards assassins?
It's so hard to resist a cult, but I think that we all want to murder.
You want to
people
roll the
for
dice?
money.
Wait, let's roll a dice for it. Ready?
Roll the
Ooh,
dice.
what a great idea.
That's a great idea.
A fantastic idea.
Even number, assassins. Odd number, cult. Ready?
I love it.
Wait,
Go for it.
Who's
Even
rolling?
number.
No, I want Nicole to roll. I think Nicole should.
Yay!
What was even? I forgot. I'm excited either way.
Even number was assassin.
All right.
Assassins.
Chat said, we said, dice said, we're in.
Okay,
Gotta listen
great.
to the dice.
Yeah.
Mr. Clinton Trucks, would you please bring the assassin's sheet up on the screen?
I'm so excited.
Okay, there they are.
Creed, if we're gonna be assassins, I'll kill myself.
Oh,
That's
God.
a dumb joke.
No, that's okay. You actually probably should have a creed.
Should.
Let's do this. Let's see. What should we start with? You can give your crew a name, but sometimes it's a better idea to do that once you've kind of made a couple decisions.
Yeah.
Can we get a little larger, Mr. Clinton Trucks? Your reputation is important. Let's look at that. Reputation. You can choose from a couple different reputations. Let me grab the book here and get that open. Here we go. So your reputation will affect your XP. Like if you do jobs in a manner that fits your reputation, then you will get extra XP. And the reputations are ambitious, brutal, daring, honorable, professional, savvy, subtle, and strange. I know that was a lot of words.
Yeah.
I'm thinking professional assassin sounds good. It's like people know you're going to get your job done.
Yeah, they take us seriously.
I like that.
Great. The reputation that has been chosen then.
But I didn't want to just jump in since maybe one more read through in case.
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Because there were
Yeah,
so
no,
many.
that was a lot of information, and I've been smoking weed. No, I'm kidding. I'm just done.
Of course. No problem. Ambitious, brutal, daring, honorable, professional, savvy, subtle, and strange.
Strange,
Like
savvy.
strange.
Strange is fun. Yeah, I don't want to do
Subtle?
brutal because it feels like that's unprofessional assassin, you know?
Yeah, and also
Right.
it's just so we're assassins. We don't need to get any more brutal, you know?
Exactly.
It's
yeah.
like a little too on the nose.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah, and
savvy?
We're not going to play with our food.
What about savvy assassons? Well, it's
Savvy assassins or strange. I like strange because then we can bring in some cult vibes that we wish for.
That's true.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that.
we have like a ritual with which we assassinate.
yeah, and I just met two of you guys, but you guys are pretty strange, like as people.
I
So-
take that as a compliment.
I'm wearing a Vincent Van Gogh Starry Night t-shirt. If I'm
Oh,
not
nice.
strange.
Quirky assassin.
Yeah.
Girl next door
Whimsical.
Yeah.
You have a whimsical. Okay, so strange. I really do love that. That's fantastic. So now you have to decide where your lair is. Okay, this is your secret criminal hideout, and I'm going to give you some choices here: a half-sunken grotto, an abandoned watchtower, a small abandoned house, or a rickety tin-roofed shack. I know those don't sound very luxurious, but it's like Grand Theft Auto. You start out in the low rent part of town, and you started from the bottom, and then you get there.
So a grotto is like Little Mermaid, right? That's
Like
an
a-
underground watery place.
Thank you. I would exactly describe it as Little Mermaid.
So like a watery cave.
Well, the city
It's
of
like a-
Duskval is filled with canals and like gondoliers and stuff like that. So there's probably it is.
Maybe it's like a ship type of vibe that's been like when you say half sunken. I got
It could be. It really
I was
could
also
be.
drawn to Watchtower.
Yeah, I like as assassins, I feel like you want to be able to have a good like eye on stuff.
Yeah.
That feels right.
But as assassins, we also want to have a good hideaway, like a grotto.
And we're also strange.
Yeah, and no one would look for assassins near the water because they'd think we were up high.
Do we want dice to decide?
Okay, you want to dice it?
What do
we could dice it. Let's see. There's
Watchtower.
Grotto is even, and Watchtower is odd.
Okay,
great.
Even Grotto.
A grotto it is.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
we do.
Strange assassin.
There's actually a really great hike in the Santa Monica Mountains, and it's called the Grotto.
Ah.
Right.
It goes down into like a little like watery area, it's pretty cool. You should try it.
Exactly what this is. It's just like Malibu.
And we talked about this before the stream, and we intend for this game to be, part Victorian steampunk adventure, and the other part, recommending good city walks and nature walks.
Great.
I Miracle Mile, I have a route I follow, and we'll be throwing that up on the screen right after we get done with the Assassin's Crew sheet.
Yes, our grotto's right under the Santa Monica Pier next to the Ferris wheel.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you guys start at tier 0, started from the bottom, like I said, but you have a strong hold on your turf, and we're going to decide the part of the city that's in. But let's go ahead and let's pick a special ability first. So the game says that if you aren't sure, and there's a lot here, you can see there under where it says assassins, all those special abilities. Deadly, the first one is always a good pick if you're not sure. But let's see. Deadly, each PC may add +1 to an action rating to hunt, prowl, or skirmish. Yeah, that is a good one because a +1 means you're rolling an extra die, and that's a good thing. And these are things you're going to be doing a lot, which is hunting, prowling, and skirmishing. Crow's Veil, due to hard-won experience or occult ritual, your activities are hidden from the notice of the Death Seeker crows. Oh, okay, so in this world, because it's a haunted city full of ghosts, when someone dies, these Death Seeker crows come to the location, and then these guys called the Spirit Wardens show up, and they're bad news. They're like, high-level guards that will, torture you and throw you into a deep, dark dungeon somewhere if they find out that you've committed murder, because they can't have all these ghosts being created by your crew all the time every time you assassinate somebody.
That seems important for our job to have a crow's veil.
Yeah, it kind of does, actually. It's kind of a good idea for you. Let's see what the others are, just in case. Ember Death, due to blah 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 blah. The arcane method for destroying a living victim's spirit at the moment you kill them. Oh, so your murders don't create ghosts at all, because the whole thing with this city is there aren't goblins, there aren't trolls, there isn't arcane magic. It's all ghosts in this game. So this allows you to not create a bunch of ghosts who are pissed at you every time you kill somebody. Let's keep going. No traces.
Hold on. Question:
yes.
Do the death-seeking crows come if there is no ghost created?
They would not come if there's no. Actually, I think they would. I think they come to any death that happens inside the city limits.
Okay.
Right, but they won't have a spirit just standing there saying it was them.
Right, exactly. So if you took the Ember Death, where you get rid of the ghost, they wouldn't usually they capture the ghost and find out who killed them, and then they come for you. You know what I mean? The Spirit Wardens. Yeah. So that would be another way of kind of hiding your trail. No traces. If you keep an operation quiet, you get half the rep value. That's like an XP thing. It's kind of you improve your rep with the other crews, and they start doing what you tell them and things like that. Patron, when you advance a tier, it costs half the coin. That's like another XP thing. You're kind of, you started tier 0, but when you get better, you have some kind of boss who's helping you out. Predators, when you use stealth or subterfuge, you get +1 dice on the engagement roll. And you'll see what the engagement rolls in a little bit. It's just a roll we make at the beginning of the adventure to see if you guys are in a good place or a bad place when the adventure starts. Vipers, when you acquire or craft poisons, you get +1 result level to your roll. Okay, and it's clear how that would be useful. So what do you guys think? How are you feeling? I like that you're worried about the Spirit Wardens already.
Yeah, I'm still kind of leaning toward that Crow's Veil. I feel like that.
I'm kind of thinking, okay, getting a little meta, but what will be more fun if we're assassins that kill people all the time? do we want to not create spirits, or are we going to be like, well, let's kill this person and we'll talk to them and get information we're looking for after they're already dead?
Oh,
I'm kind of, I like info. I want someone to spill the tea. I like a little info, you know? I feel like being able to get that from someone could be fun. I also love the idea of crows. I think crows are kind of cool. Also very partial to the movie The Crow. So for me, it's kind of a win-win in that way. I think they're fun birds. It's a real fun bird.
Either after we do one of our epic hits that are strange, either we're going to deal with a ghost or we're going to deal with
crows giving
people.
And I feel like at some point, did the crows give us, like, can we always get away from the crows in time?
Well, if you take that crow's veil, you probably will have a much easier time of it. Those spirit warden people and those death crows aren't going to be able to find you.
Can
but
we
if you take
back up real quick to the crows?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, crow's veil and ember death are the ones you're kind of thinking about.
I think so. Kill their spirit.
Well, maybe chat has opinions.
Oh yeah,
the chat thinks.
I'm seeing
my
pro
eyes got
crow.
big when I heard predators.
Pro crow?
It's true, they did.
Quid pro quo.
Hello.
You know what? A good pun always sells me.
Right? We have a funny batch of viewers here tonight. The Death Seekers are bad news. That's true. Yeah, I think that chat's telling you to go with that crow's veil. So you'll still have ghosts around that you can kind of interact with, but you the law will have a harder time finding you.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and I feel like having ghosts to interact with, it just feels so much less lonely.
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
It's true.
We've spent enough time alone in quarantine. Let's get out there, you know?
Let's meet some dead people that we've killed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't wait to chat with the guy whose head I just carved off.
That's right.
Mean, you know what? You can get feedback. You can get feedback on the kind of job that you did. He can be like, listen, you're not that deft with a knife. If you're going to cut my head off, get better.
This is how we become the best. Yeah. You got to be willing to take feedback.
Constructive criticism.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. And I think they're going to be willing to listen, and that will all go smoothly for you guys. Now you get to choose a couple upgrades. And those are kind of, just other little advantages. That's your special ability, the Crow's Veil. But here on the side are your upgrades. And let me see how many upgrades we have here for you. I think you get to pick 2.
Crew upgrades. Ooh. Assassin rigging.
Kind of just an easy one there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can also you could upgrade your layer there. You see where it says elite skulks or elite thugs. You could have a gang that works for you.
I love henchmen.
We do love henchmen.
You could have henchmen.
Royal we.
Hardened.
Wait, what's a trauma box? That's what I call my vagina.
Well, I'm going to look up what a trauma box is, and in the game, it is not a vagina.
Crazy! I call mine a crow's veil.
So they have 2 free. What are the pre-selected?
I guess that leaves me with one elite thug down there.
Roll up again, and there should be pre-selected ones for them. I don't see it. Okay, let me see if I can find out what they are. Because you already have 2 things for free, and then you get to pick 2 more. Yeah, isn't that cool?
When you said we get 2 things for free?
Is assassin rigging the 2 free one? Is that why it says 2 free?
Maybe. Let's see. Starting upgrades. Oh, you have training in insight and training in prowess. That is what you start with. And that is surely listed somewhere, Clinton Trucks. So that means when you guys look at your characters, you'll see that there are things called like prowess and insight, which are important when you're playing the game. And your crew already knows how to train in those things. So when you're having downtime, you can get extra dots in them a little easier. So now you just need to pick 2 of these things. Keep in mind, you can upgrade your gear there below. That's something you could do, but it would cost you both of your... there it is, training, insight, and prowess. There it is. You could upgrade them, but it takes 2 of your new upgrades to upgrade like your boat, say. Because you guys said you were in a grotto. So if you wanted it to be like a really badass boat, you'd have to like spend both of your upgrades now on that. Or you could take some of these, like the rigging you mentioned. Go up again, Mr. Trucks, if you don't mind.
But we automatically get a boat, correct?
You automatically have a sunken grotto, and I'm going to say you have.
We're on a kayak.
Unless you upgrade it, it's like a sunken boat. It's like kind of laying there on its side with like a hole in it. But if you want to upgrade it, you can. If you want to upgrade it, you can.
We gotta get it
We might
out.
need weapons to kill good.
I feel like we might. I would think we should lean toward weapons.
Yeah.
We'll get a nice place eventually, but let's just earn our keep first.
Yeah, we'll get places from the people we kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're not using them anymore.
Yeah, I mean, we need weapons. Besides talking to somebody to death, a weapon is good.
Which we
All right, let's get the assassins
just
rigging.
show them the old trauma box.
Yeah.
Yep.
We killed
And then
the whole crew.
I think we should. I think we should upgrade Nicole's trauma box.
Trauma box bond.
So Iron Hook contacts, that's prison guards that you are like friends with. That in this game you can go to prison. You can get arrested and go to prison. And then that's a whole adventure as well. But you would be in a good shape in there if you had Iron Hook contacts. You see the two gangs type. Skulks are sneaky types, and thugs are beat you up types. You could take either of those. And harden what it means by trauma box actually. And it looks like it takes 3 upgrades to get this. You guys would all get 1 extra little box that needs to be filled before your character's out of the game when they get hurt and messed up and psychologically damaged.
Got it. Got it. Ooh, we can accrue psychological damage in here?
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of different harm, and I'll show you on your character sheet when we go over to the character sheets in just a second.
Oh my god, it's like
like
our
the
childhoods in a game.
I feel like we're more sneaky killers than in your face.
So should we have some skulks?
I want some skulky henchmen.
Yeah, let's get some skulks.
Let's go skulks.
Skulks.
Skulks it is. That's done. And then let's see here. I'm gonna see if there's anything else. I think we're just about done. Oh, we should talk about what neighborhood you're in. Where is your hunting ground? So there's all kinds of fictional neighborhoods, a big long list, but why don't you guys tell me where you think, like what type of neighborhood you'd like to be in, and then I can pick one that sounds like that.
I'm picturing like
Loseville is adjacent.
no, like I was gonna say like a seaside,
the most expensive.
Maybe like a. Has anyone ever been to Dubrovnik, Croatia? Like a walled city by the sea?
That's where King's Landing is. That's where King's Landing is shot.
Really?
Oh, wow.
I've been to King's Landing on a cruise with my grandma, not to brag.
Oh, look at this. Yeah, you know what, guys? I think that you are describing the docks.
I was going to say like Marina Del Rey, but in this world.
Marina Del Rey, but a little more steampunk.
Clint, can you scroll down to Long Beach, please?
I'm curious what's in Barrow Cleft, because it feels like the docks, people are coming in and out with boats.
Yeah, maybe there's too many Barrow Cleft, or even up by
the Lost District.
Where's the Lost District?
We don't want anybody wandering into our lair. You know?
I'm like, where is the Lost District? I literally cannot find it.
The Lost District,
that's what they want.
Yeah.
The Lost District. The Lost District.
That means that it's outside of the lightning towers that keep the city safe. So you see those little squares that surround the whole city? They're these massive lightning towers that make a fence of lightning that keeps out the teeming hordes of the undead or the nearly dead or the extra dead who are trying to get in.
Would that be too hard? Is that giving ourselves an extra obstacle?
I think it's actually I like to yes and my players, but I think it's outside your choices, unfortunately.
What about Barrow Cleft?
Barrow Cleft is a good choice for you, actually.
I'm feeling Barrow Cleft.
Yeah, let's go south.
It's a dusty rural district with simple wooden buildings of only 1 or 2 stories and wide dirt roads to accommodate large cargo wagons. The farmers of Barrow Cleft are organized into tight-knit family-based clans that are proud of their vital role in the city's welfare and hold them apart from the city folk across the river. That would make you weird.
We would stick out. Where is the
that's
city?
right. We're strange.
Yeah, you're strange, but I think that is a strange place for assassins to live, and I think it's kind of cool.
Night market, because that sounds like a really good restaurant I know in Silver Lake.
Yes. Night market is delicious. Those wings. Mwah.
Wow.
And Night Market in this game has the best food in the city. Let's see here.
Are you actually being serious? That's epic.
I am being serious. Night Market is a district dominated by commerce, situated near the rail station. It receives the bulk of saleable goods from cargo trains that travel across the Imperium. But it's described as sort of, if you've ever been to a night market like in Thailand. I mean, I know that Jessica Michelle has traveled the world. She's an international lady of mystery, having been to Croatia. Yeah, if you've been to like a Thai night market, they have all those lights up at night, and it's like one endless night market. That's why.
Like this because when we have to go into people to get our belongings or hunt someone down, there's so much going on that it would be easier to be stealthy and kind of blend in.
Yeah, I'm into the night market. It's a great place for a grotto.
Night market, and night market is it does touch on some water there, right? Let's see, where is it at? I can't even see it.
All this talk about night market, by the way, has made me very hungry.
Maybe we're like North Shore of Night Market.
You are. That's great. I like that. Let's do that. Night markets, North Shore is your hunting ground, and your hunting ground is good for a particular. I think this is the last thing we have to do. It's good for a particular type of crime. And I'm going to ask you what type of crime that is right now. What do you think you can do in night market, or in your several block radius of your layer in night market? What do you think is a little easier for you there?
Aside from, this is on top of being assassins, I assume.
Maybe it is just murdering, right? Let me see exactly.
Pickpocketing.
Ooh.
Okay.
I don't want to brag. I'm really good at shoplifting. So if that's an option, man, Mama loved to
stealing makeup
in high school. Yeah, I stole makeup and Abercrombie.
Same.
I stole Abercrombie clothes
Hollister,
and makeup all the time.
I owe them.
Oh, okay. So here are the list. Assassins, you have a list of things you can choose from here.
Cool.
Your hunting ground is good for accidents. Wink, wink. Disappearances. Murder or ransom?
Wait. Accidents?
Meaning someone died. And, how did that happen? It looks like an accident.
Wow, another one of these night market stands collapsed.
Yeah.
I like accidents. We can make everything look like an accident.
It was, I like that. It was accidents, disappearances, murders, and what else?
And ransom.
Because I don't hate disappearances.
Oh, I love a good ransom, though. Guys, ransoms are fun. Because ransoms include, it really can push our skills. We have to negotiate when there's a ransom. But we get to interface with people. We get to get out there, meet new people. Be social.
I wonder, how does that work with assassinating?
Well,
are we not assassinating them? We're using them for ransom, or are we just lying and ransoming and then killing them anyway?
Or we assassinate the ransomers?
I think it can work however you guys want. I think that basically the game's saying, assassins doesn't mean you just have to kill people. You have a set of skills that would also make you good at ransoming.
We're three-dimensional criminals.
Exactly. Yeah. And then sometimes you kill people don't pay the ransom.
I like disappearing because it's like after we kill someone, we also make it look like all their stuff is gone. Nobody really know. We erase the tracks.
Yeah, I kind of like that gone in an instant.
I feel like also, making somebody disappear is kind of fun because it really gives us a lot of mystery,
Yeah, so an air of strange mystery. All right, then we shall say that your preferred crime type in your hunting grounds is disappearances. And when you prepare to execute an operation of your preferred type in your hunting grounds, you get +1 dice to gather information and an additional downtime activity to contribute to that. You don't need to worry about what all that means right now. Let's make the characters. Now we're going to individually make your characters. Who would like to go first? Who wants to be the first guinea pig up on the chopping block?
Let's go with Becca. Let's go alphabetically.
Very good.
I just wanted to go with her because I feel like she's been in this seat a little bit more, even though you haven't done this game. But
never. But let's do it. I'm in.
Great.
I love guinea pigging.
Becca, you are going to choose a playbook. It's basically your class, like in Dungeons and Dragons. And here are the types of playbooks. Clinton Tricks, if we have them available, it'd be great if we could throw them up. But the different types you can choose from are a cutter. A dangerous and intimidating fighter is what a cutter is.
Or my best friend in
middle school.
Then there is a hound. A deadly sharpshooter and tracker is what a hound is. A leech. A leech is a saboteur and technician. They make like bombs and poisons and have like crafting abilities. A lurk. A stealthy infiltrator and or burglar is what a lurk is. And then there is a slide. A slide is a subtle manipulator and spy. They're the master of social situations. And finally, a spider. Spiders are devious masterminds who are so brainy they sort of buff all of their friends' actions and have elaborate plans that they carry out.
One moment while I pull up the spider, Jared. I didn't have it ready.
Can we go down that list again? Just say them real quick again.
What was a cutter?
Cutters are they
Muscle.
excel at they're muscle. They excel at beating people up or using knives. You know, they are a dangerous and intimidating fighter. Cutter, hound, they are sharpshooters and trackers. Leech, saboteurs and technicians are what leeches are. Lurks are stealthy infiltrators and burglars. Then there's the slide, who is a spy or a subtle manipulator, and the spider, who is a criminal mastermind who makes elaborate plans with many parts. Oh, and the whisper. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot. Can you guys believe I forgot the whisper?
I can't. I mean, it was so quiet.
How to whisper.
Wow, that was really silly of me. The whisper is sort of the occult type. They are the master of controlling ghosts and manipulating strange forces.
Okay, this is tough. I'm leaning manipulator spy or
that makes sense.
Stealthy infiltrator.
Yeah, the lurk. I feel like
am I Bond or am I Catwoman?
Yeah, good
spidery stuff.
You have cat lady.
Love
Not like cat lady, like the kind that stays at home alone with animals, but like the kind that like fucks it up.
Yeah, you have Catwoman, not cat lady vibes.
Yeah, you have cat sexy lady mama baby girl
what a
vibes.
fine line.
Keep talking.
Meow, 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 meow.
Okay, well after that I feel like I gotta. Oh, Clancy says I'm a leech. Which is a crafter crafty.
I like the idea of one of us being that.
Yeah.
But
I think
question, do we all have to pick different ones?
Yes, you must all pick different ones. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm thinking slide or spider. Okay.
Slider.
So
those are the two that I was actually considering, because slide and spider both felt very like Mossad to me, and as a Jewish woman, I aspire to one day be in Mossad. So
you feel I'm down with you being our mastermind leader. That feels right. I'll
these
be glasses.
So
I mean, you don't have to. You can choose whatever you want. But I'm thinking, I'll be the thing is, I have a big mouth in life, and so that seeps into my gaming. And so if I try and play a stealthy character, I always end up doing something like really stupid that makes me, tumble out of my hiding place.
Right.
Well, then maybe if you have a big mouth in real life, maybe you should try being a whisper in the game.
Or I think that being a slide would be good because it's all about, controlling social situations and manipulating the people around us, isn't it? kind of.
Oh,
It is. Yeah, it
mixing
is.
them up. Yes, I'm going to be the manipulator spy, not the.
That is the slide. Yeah,
Yes,
that is
okay,
the
great.
slide. So we'll go slide for you. That sounds good. And you can think about her name and her alias. And you guys should be thinking about a crew name too. I know that's all. This is a lot, but I think
So
I know you have it in you.
Is Victorian?
Is it a lot or is it just enough?
Yes, it's fantasy Victorian. It's a dark city filled with ghosts that runs on Leviathan blood, and
we
is
call
filled with crime.
Can we call it steampunk? It's just like a very Jewish group of steam, steampunk.
I'll
Can
go
you call
by.
I mean, I can refer to the city as steampunk if that would make you more comfortable, Nicole. But I think you should call your crew something else.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. So you need to choose what country you're from, your heritage, Becca. So are you from Akaros, which is the city, the country you're in right now? They are basically fantasy English people. Or you can be, if you want to be a rootless wanderer, you could be from the Dagger Isles, which some of our players sort of play as like a sort of an Ireland equivalent. People there often grow up on ships, it says. If you want to be from a culture considered foreign by the locals, you could be from Iruvia, a rich and powerful desert kingdom. If you want to be from a place considered wild by the rest of the empire, you could be from Severos, where barbarian horse lords sort of rule. Think Khal Drogo, think Game of Thrones.
Drogo.
Always am, every second of the day. Yeah.
Beautiful man, Mama.
Ditto.
Beautiful man.
Give me that big old
Ponytail.
Yeah.
Where were you going with that?
You can tell he has a lot of dust on him from all the riding.
Ooh.
Give me that dusty
man.
What?
If you want to be from a marginalized people, and who doesn't, you could be from Skovlin. That is a country that was kind of conquered by the Akaros people in a war a while ago. And then finally, if you want to be weird, you can be from Tykeros. It's a semi-mythical place far away beyond the Void Sea, and people there have demonic blood. They say they have demonic telltales like weird eyes, or I dropped my book. Weird eyes, or little horns, or strange colored hair.
From there.
Yeah,
the horns, Jewish horns.
So what do we think? Do any of those sound
spider,
interesting?
or maybe not a spider, is from Tykeros. I'm attracted to these Severos wild horse people, but I feel like to wield the power and manipulative abilities, I think politician when I think slide. Mm-hmm. And so to kind of have more clout, I'm leaning Akaros.
Akaros it is.
Or Iruvia.
Oh, Iruvia. Oh, that's the desert one. Yeah.
Which one was Akaros?
Akaros is sort of where Duskfall. Yeah, this is the setting that you are in. Is Akaros?
I'm from here, so I know people.
And they are colonial conqueror types.
Well, that feels dirty.
Well, I don't mean now. I don't mean. Well, you know what I mean.
Can I do Iruvia? And I'm like the foreign but respected.
I love it.
I don't know.
Iruvian it is. And you can.
I feel like Iruvian could be the name of your hair color. When you go to the hair lady, you could be like, "Give me, I want Iruvian pink."
Make me feel Iruvian.
Yeah, just say that. I want to see what the stylist says in return. Okay, now you can choose your background, and that is academic, labor, law, trade, military, noble, or underworld. It sounded like you were going noble, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Great. Let's put a noble background in there for her.
Cool noble, not a stuck-up noble. I only use it when it's needed. I'm not like flaunting it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Now you must choose your vice. Every criminal has a vice that they must indulge when they're not on a job in order to get rid of stress. Stress is kind of your hit points in this game. If you get too much stress, you're out of the game. And you get rid of stress, you heal it by indulging your vice. So is your vice faith, gambling, luxury, obligation, pleasure, stupor, which is kind of like getting messed up on drugs and things like that, or weird.
Okay,
you can have a weird.
Sound like me. Why is obligation fun?
I feel like luxury is your vibe.
Really has that as a vice. It's obligation is not fun.
Workaholic. We have a character in one of the other games who he runs his bookshop and studies his ancient tomes, and to kind of unwind and lose that stress.
Are you talking about yourself?
Yeah, it's not a character, it's me. But the example still stands.
Luxury fits the character too. I agree.
Yeah, luxury fits the character.
Although pleasure is tempting.
Yeah, I feel like as a noble person, you're like the little guy in Game of Thrones who's just
very much a Tyrion.
Tyrion Lannister. He's like very into like pleasure, and but I think luxury could be very fitting for someone who is noble and a Ruvian.
Beautiful. Let's hit luxury Clinton Trucks, please, and then let's pick her special ability. Did Clinton walk away? What? Oh no. Oh, it's all broken.
Don't be scared. I have it.
Okay, no problem. Great. So let's give her luxury. And then finally we're going to pick a special ability for you, and we're going to put some dots into her action ratings, and we're done with her. So let's get real close on those special abilities, if you don't mind, Clinton Trucks. There she blows. That's so close. Too close. Okay. Yeah. Rook's Gambit. Wait, I'll just read them out of the book while we work on this. There we go. Rook's Gambit. Take 2. Oh. 1 second. I got it. It's right here in the book. Slide. Subtle, Manipulator, and Spy. Okay, here are the special abilities you can choose from. Rook's Gambit, you take 2 stress, and then you roll your best action rating while performing a different action. So in this game, sometimes like in any game, sometimes you're called to make a jumping roll, and you really wish you could instead use your talking roll, and this little ability will allow you to do that. You can use something you're good at instead of the skill that's kind of called for. So that's Rook's Gambit. Cloak and Dagger, when you use disguise or a covert misdirection, you get +1 dice to confuse or deflect suspicion. That's pretty cool. Ghost Voice, the secret method to interact with a ghost or demon as if it were a normal human, regardless of how wild or feral it appears. That's pretty cool because you were talking about talking to ghosts of people that you kill. Like looking into a mirror, you can always tell when someone is lying to you. That's pretty cool. That's just an automatic power you always have. A little something on the side. At the end of each downtime phase, you earn +2 coins to your stash. So for some reason, your character just always gets a little more money. Mesmerism. When you use the sway action, which is trying to get someone to come around to your opinion, you may cause them to forget that it's happened until the next time they interact with you. One of our other players does have that. Subterfuge, you may expend your special armor, which is just a way you avoid damage in this game, to resist a consequence from suspicion or persuasion. Trust in me, you get +1 die versus a target with whom you have an intimate relationship. Ooh, that is deadly indeed. Okay, what do you think? Did anything sound appealing?
One of the first 2 or mesmerism. Can we go up again? I'm leaning towards the one that I know will be most useful, which is Rook's Gambit. Oh, 2 stress, though, to roll my best. Because I'm always trying to roll the wrong thing, and you never let me get away with it, Jared.
Well, here's something interesting about Blades in the Dark. It has kind of a rule where I'm not allowed to do that. You're supposed to mainly be able to roll any action you want to do to achieve certain goals, but you have to kind of argue for it. Like, I'm not going to just let you roll sway to, blow up a castle wall or something. You have to kind of have a way that it makes sense. Yeah, exactly. You didn't talk to the wall until it was like, okay, I'll fall down.
I'm leaning Cloak and Dagger, actually. 1, because it was like that weird after hours club in LA. And 2.
Wait, where was Cloak and Dagger in LA?
Oh, it was
I never got invited.
Nicole, that's where your own meetings were.
I've never been there either.
I think your own meetings were there, weren't they?
Yeah, in the basement of the basement, the sub-basement.
Yeah.
So
all right.
I just want to dress up and misdirect people. So that sounds fun. I will cloak and dagger myself.
Dressing up, misdirecting people, cloak and dagger it is. And then finally, we are going to put 4 dots over here into the actions. If we can just scoot on over to your action ratings. Yeah, so you see you already have some dots filled in as a slide. And those fall into, I think they're a little lower, my friend. Yes. So you already have 1 consort and 2 sway. Sway is getting people to believe you, trust you, do what you want them to do in sort of a manipulative, sort of friendly way. And consort is like just becoming friends with people, partying with them, fitting in among them, that kind of thing. You get to add 4 more dots to, and by the way, the number of dots you see is the number of dice you roll when you try to do something. So when you try to sway somebody, you're going to roll 2 6-sided die. When you try to consort with a people right now, you're rolling 1 6-sided die. So if you look up, if we can get all of the actions on the page at once here, well, we can't quite, but hunting means like finding people or following them. Study means exactly what you think it means. It means like finding out knowledge about someone or something by researching. And survey is observing people, like watching them closely, surveillance. Tinker, it means messing with some sort of system, whether that's technological or the human body, because people also tinker to heal each other or make poisons or whatever. Leeches are good at tinker. Then there's prowess and there's finesse, which means doing something dexterously, doing something skillfully. Prowl, which is all about movement. It's like moving silently, jumping from building to building, like sliding through heating ducts. Skirmish is fighting with people hand to hand. And wreck is destroying stuff. Attune is, occult ability, being able to attune to the ghost field and talk to ghosts. And command is, it's like sway, but it's the harsher version where you're yelling at people, telling them what to do, scaring them, intimidating them.
Okay, let me go shopping. Clint, I would like 1 more sway because I'm gonna min-max this shit.
Oh, I think that is not possible, and I should have told you, Becca. I'm sorry. That's cannot start with anything higher than 2. I'm going to make sure that's true.
And I don't have to worry about that. I definitely want survey, like to scope stuff out.
Yeah, okay.
I don't need command if I have sway. Let's see. Finesse. I'll do a finesse. That seems important.
Great.
And then hunt. Okay.
Great.
Anybody got votes? What would this?
Do you have a 4? Is that what it is? Is it 4 or just 3?
You get 4, so she gets 1 more.
4. Okay, and you're a slide. You're from Arabia.
I'm a rich Arabian playgirl.
Yeah.
So I could always go double down on one of those.
Maybe, or
maybe just fighting would be good to have.
That wouldn't be bad, yeah. I'm trying to think.
Let's go skirmish and call it a day because we got 2 more characters to make.
Yeah,
well,
I
appreciate you you moving it along, but if you change your mind or you want to go back and change it later, no problem. Let's look at the other characters, and it sounded like Nicole, you were going to go.
First name.
Oh yeah, let's put that in before we head over to Nicole's. What's your first name?
Well, it might be my alias, but I like the name Kija, Kija.
I
was
love
going
it.
to go with the JA at the end of mine too. I haven't come up with it yet.
We should all have JAs.
Maybe you are a team of like badass assassin or Uruvian sisters.
I was going to say we should be sisters.
Oh, I like that.
Sisters in my family all have the same ending of their name.
Mm-hmm. The pink hair sister, the blonde sister, and the red something sister.
Oh, I like that. That saves. I was gonna go Scovelin and be a marginalized whatever the fuck, but sisters.
You can still do that. I mean, it's that was just a suggestion.
Maybe we shipped you off. I didn't found you again.
Yeah. Let's look at AIMÉE. I mean, Nicole, AIMÉE, you were pretty set on a spider, right?
Yeah, spider.
Let's look at spider for you. And so let us figure out what your heritage is. Are you going to also be a Ruvian, or did you want to try?
I'm an Aruvian spider.
Very good. One Aruvian spider. One Aruvian spider coming up. And then what is your background? So our friend Kija is a noble, or were you also noble, or were you more in the underworld or law or academia or?
I think I kind of like academic for me.
Mm-hmm.
That would fit the like mastermind.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I was also really into school. So
right.
This works for my my personality.
Nicole, you were into school yourself?
Yeah.
Straight A's? Honor Society?
I was magna cum laude. But I don't want to brag. Jessica Michelle loves when I do this. I was pre-med, so
oh.
Yeah, just pre.
And you're using it. You're using it. I mean, look at you right now.
Well. Look at me. I rent.
What is your vice? And remember, we are talking about the character, not you.
Oh,
what is your vice?
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Pleasure, baby. Great. She has a thing for Severosi, gentlemen. All right, and then
ladies too. I don't discriminate.
Very good.
Wow.
Let's play.
Very good, of course. And then we do these special abilities. So let's zoom all the way in on that. And I can bring those up too. Let's see here. Here we go. So Foresight, 2 times per the score. That's basically the adventure. You can assist a teammate without paying stress. So in this game, sometimes you say, I want to help them. And then you take a little stress and they get extra dice. But if you have this power, you don't have to take stress when you do that. Calculating, due to careful planning, you may give yourself an extra downtime action. So whenever you're not on an adventure, you get to do an extra thing that helps you prep the next adventure. Connected,
like that.
It's a good one. It's not a bad one. Connected, during downtime, you get +1 result level when you acquire an asset or reduce heat. Again, it just means that your things are extra successful during downtime. These guys are like planners, these characters. So functioning vice, when you indulge your vice, you may adjust the dice outcome by 1 or 2. That's kind of good because it's weird, but it's good because sometimes you don't get rid of enough stress when you roll your vice, and then you're going into the next job with a lot of stress. Ghost contract, when you shake on a deal, you and your partner, human or otherwise, both bear a mark of your oath.
That just feels very cinematic to me. I'm kind of into that.
It does to me too. And you guys talked about talking to ghosts a little bit, and
yeah, it's good if someone's got I
also feel like you make promises and you keep them.
You guys are, well, you're strange, but that, I mean, absolutely, you can be strange and kind of professional. Are you feeling ghost contract? If they break it, they take level 3 harm cursed.
Yeah. Cool.
That's awesome. You can curse people who screw you over. That's amazing.
Yeah. That's so great. Usually I just sick my friends on them on the internet.
Yeah, I just subtweet
terrible things about them on Twitter. Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's click that ghost contract, Mr. Clinton Trucks. And then we're just going to add some things to those ratings I described earlier. So over there to the right side of the sheet, they are our ratings. So it looks like you start out with 2 in consort. So you're already good at making friends and influencing people, fitting in with them. And you have 1 in study, meaning you can find out knowledge about people and things. Where else would you like to put some?
Can I give myself 1 more study?
Absolutely. Very academic of you.
Finesse? No. Actually, wait. Yeah. Finesse.
Mm-hmm.
Sway.
Who wants wreck? I mean, like, in what scenario do you want to wreck everything aside from just for fun?
You guys might not want to because you're trying to assassinate people, disappear them, and get away. But if you were bravos,
we're like pillagers. Maybe having someone...
You
Got
might
it.
want to wreck some stuff.
How many more things do I get?
I think you have one more.
Big money, big money.
Mm.
No.
I'll say this: if people want to be messing with ghosts, they'll need a tune. But I'm not saying you have to take it.
I was gonna say a tune, but then I was like, should I pick something
You
under
got that
prowess?
ghost contract. Probably goes well with it.
All right,
Yeah.
a tune.
A tune it is. All right, and then we can do our friend Jessica Michelle's character.
I'm gonna mute myself. I have to go potty. I shall.
Okay. Yeah, I recommend you mute yourself while you do that. All right, thank you. Great.
Could you? I'm on the fence, so I wanna go over specifically what each of these are. I'm on the fence between being a hound and a leech.
Okay, great.
I feel like we need to have someone who is bringing. I don't want to be the muscle, but like the kid, like sharp. I like the sharpshooter aspect, tracker of the hound, but then the leech. Could that be adjacent to that? I'm not sure.
The leech is a little bit more of a, you create items for everybody. Yeah, you're like the technician. So you would be like building bombs, mixing poisons for them. You'd be all about like equipment and things like that. Leeches start out with wreck because they can build, explosive devices, I think. I think it's a really fun character to play if you like to, come up with inventions and things like that. That would be exciting for you. The hound is, as you say, they would be like the sharpshooter, the assassin on the grassy knoll kind of person. Stealthily following people through the city and then putting like a bullet through them. That's what the hound does.
I kind of like that because I like that we have this mastermind. We have a manipulator. With Kija being our slide, who could be sort of creating a diversion while I sneak in and fucking.
Love it.
Beautiful.
Let's make me a hound. I'm a hound.
Very good. Let's bring up the hound. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, and here it is. And what are you going to be a Ruvian as well, or do you want to change that? You certainly could be Skovlin. Yeah.
Is there a situation where I could be Skovlin, but we have this sort of lie about me being their sister? Or is that too convoluted? Like in a social situation, that it's like, oh, that's our sister we shipped off, but I'm.
Absolutely, I like that, and we can use that somehow.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, she
looks nothing like you. She's so pale.
Maybe you do a little bit, or maybe they do you up or something. It doesn't matter. Let's do it. You are Skovlin.
Perfect.
And then is your background academic, labor, law, trade, military?
Think it's military. I'm picturing like a militant, like country that got conquered type of situation, or like
you are talking about the Mossad.
On my shoulder about being from this oppressed, marginalized society, so I have like almost an agenda of like.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. And now here's your your vice. What vice would you like? Faith, gambling, luxury, obligation. Obligation would work because you would feel obligated to help your people. Pleasure, stupor, or
that's
weird.
what I was going to ask. I was leaning toward obligation, but on that note, when you say faith, what do you mean? Because I feel like maybe that could also.
Well, you spend coin on a vice, right? So you're contributing to your church, but your church in this game can be like. That's where we can bring in like the kind of culty assassins, the strangeness. Like you could belong to some kind of weird faith that exists. And in fact, Night Market, the place where your hunting grounds is filled with all kinds of weird little temples to forgotten gods and stuff like that.
Like I could maybe have some sort of obsession with like a forgotten religion, since I'm from somewhere that's basically been like fucked off.
Yeah, you could.
I kind of like this character having obligation. I like this, like, let's get shit done, workaholic, maybe, because I feel like that could come into play with maybe mucking up on accident, like a social situation, and that could be fun.
That's great. Yeah, that works perfectly. So now we just need to pick out a special ability. And let's look at those as we.
Speed said you could worship an Eruvian demon, which is very fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that would be fun.
We can change that. We can change that to faith if you want. I also like the obligation idea.
Like it brought me to you guys is like some sort of weird obsession with like, yeah, and this thing, right? And you guys are like, yeah, whatever. That's it.
Faith, and you worship an Eruvian demon, and that's how you met these guys. Let's do it. I love it. The hound that worships a demon, former military person who worships a demon, and demons are of course real in this game, and sometimes actually show up and. Hopefully you can negotiate with them because it's going to be hard to shoot a demon. All right, so sharpshooter, you can push yourself, which means you take a little stress to make a ranged attack at extreme distance beyond what's normal, or unleash a barrage of rapid fire to suppress the enemy. I mean, that's just a fun action-y thing if you're interested in that. Focused, you may expend your special armor. People have special armor. It's sort of a thing that you can cross off your sheet and say, that didn't happen to me. So if I tell you the cleaver goes into your neck and your jugular starts spewing blood, you can be like, no, I get rid of my special armor and that didn't happen. If you get focused, you can do it to resist mental harm. Remember we talked about that? Fear, confusion, losing track of someone. There's that's there. Ghost hunter. You have a hunting pet that is imbued with spirit energy. It gains potency when tracking or fighting the supernatural and gains an arcane ability. That's interesting. You'd have some sort of pet that can like track ghosts for you. Scout, when you gather info to locate a target, you get +1 to the roll. Survivor, from hard-won experience or occult ritual, you are immune to the poisonous miasma of the Deathlands and are able to subsist on the strange flora and fauna there. So outside of the city is a horrible place called the Deathlands. Your character can go out there and eat weird fungus and be completely fine. Tough as nails, penalties from harm are 1 level less severe, and vengeful, you gain an additional XP trigger if you got payback against someone who harmed you.
So many good ones for the character you've already
So many
out.
good ones.
Yeah.
No, I like, let's see, what's above Scout? I like Vengeful for the character. I don't hate that Ghost Hunter thing. I mean, Sharpshooter is fun.
Oh, it looks like Ghost Hunter, since it has 2 dots, requires
Oh, I can't even
two.
get that.
You can't even get it right now.
Of course.
I think that Vengeful's good. It is an XP thing,
Yeah, I don't
and
really understand it.
yeah, it would it would be like over time it would be dope for you.
Maybe
Scout or Tough as Nails seem very practical.
Yeah.
harm are 1 level less severe. Scout, when you gather to locate target, you get +1 impact.
Yeah, I also like how I heard you go, oh, when I said Survivor. And I know that seems like, why would that, even come into the game? But maybe your character sneaks out into the Deathlands sometimes and gets like weapons or ghosts or
That's
something.
what I was thinking, is that like,
I like Survivor.
if there's some way for one of us to get out there, that could be helpful.
Yeah, I think that there might be a way. Like, I kind of like it. It's interesting, but it's up to you.
Between Survivor and just going full blown Sharpshooter. Although I also like Focus. Any input from us? Any input from the chat?
What does the chat say? Chat?
I second.
I
that
like
Survivor's
Survivor.
very cool.
Yeah.
Second, I will trust the opinions of my sisters.
Jared will probably give you a reason
Sister
to go there.
Sinister.
I certainly will give you a reason. Okay, Survivor it is. And then all we have to do is get Jessica Michelle's little action ratings here, and then we can we'll take a short break. So here, let's look at the action ratings over to the. So we chose Survivor, Clint.
Yes.
Oh, I have to come
Thank
up
you.
with a name.
Everyone loved Ghost Hunter,
Yeah.
and one person said it's one of the few that you can take twice. Does that mean you could get 2 pets?
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, does that mean you could take it twice?
twice?
Like, I don't need it. If I can take it now, I think I want to do Ghost Hunter. I thought it was off
Then-
the table.
Let's make it Ghost Hunter. I'm sorry, I thought it was off the table.
Does everyone think
I don't know.
I'm going to make sure, but I think that
I like Ghost Hunter. If
I
that's
look,
on
the
the table.
chat is rarely wrong. They're sitting here with their books open going, actually, and letting us know. So I think that probably it is completely illegal to take it once. And I'm just going to look up what it means a little more.
Pet.
Oh, my hunting pet.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Your
Who's
ghost
that?
hunting dog.
Moki.
Smokey?
Moki, like it's one of the Fraggles from Fraggle Rock.
Oh.
She's just sweetie.
Okay, let's look at these action ratings. So you already have 2 in hunt and 1 in survey. So you're good at keeping your eye on people and things with survey, and hunting, you're good at tracking them down, following them through the city. What else would you like? You get 4 dots.
I think at least 1 for prowl for sure. I feel like if I'm jump in, guys, if you have any thoughts.
That's a good one.
I'm only thinking that I should lose my hunt since you're already stacked.
Like the hunter?
Yeah. I'm trying to think how we can all complement each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what. Do you guys have survey? Because I almost thought of going double survey, but I don't know if that's overkill.
I have 1 in
think
it.
I
But
had
I could move
survey.
that.
Okay.
In this game, 2 dice is way better than 1 dice, I will say.
Okay, let's make me have 2 survey. And then I would like a finesse.
Finesse is, I think, how you mainly fire your gun, because it's about aiming and like pointing.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Wait, this is such a dumb question. Attune. What is that? Like, would that benefit me?
It probably would, since you go out into. Oh no, we changed that. Well, you're a ghost hunter, so you would know a little bit about ghosts. And attune is talking to ghosts, seeing into the ghost world. Dealing with the supernatural.
Before I pick that,
Mm-hmm.
I am still on the ghost hunter versus survivor, really feeling on the fence. Does anyone
Go Survivor.
can I go survivor instead?
You certainly can.
I forgot. I really like that, being able to go out in the Deathlands. Excuse me. Wow, I suck.
Wow, it's never played this game before.
Get the lore right to the letter,
Mm-hmm.
or I will kill your character.
I'm suicidal. I'm a maniac. I want to go live with my Eruvian lord.
Last time we played, I said that there was a horse-drawn carriage, and the chat went insane because, according to the book, there are only goats in this world. And I was like, in my world, there are horses. And if your Scovlin hound wants to call it the Deadlands, then by God, she shall do so.
Hey, have you guys gone out there and actually, they call it the Deadlands out there.
Yeah.
You guys
don't even talk to ghosts. You don't know.
They don't even know about these books.
So let's see. 1, 2, 3. You have 1 more to spend. Are we going to put it in the attune?
I have 1 more to spend. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let's go attune.
Attune it is.
What do you think, Becca?
I was thinking I might move my hunt to attune because I'm always trying to schmooze people, and I don't know how I'll schmooze. Will I be able to schmooze goats with sway? Ghosts, not goats.
Sometimes you will if they talk to you first, but if you're kind of like, if you haven't been able to medium getting contact with them yet, then it can be tough. Thing. Yeah, that's what attune is. It allows you to attune to them and hear them and see them when they're staying invisible or hidden.
Command feels very soldiery, of like demanding that people do things.
Yeah, but it can help with if you have a gang, which you guys did not. I don't think you chose. Oh yeah, you did.
We did. What were they called?
Skulks.
Yes.
Yeah, skulky
It
skulks.
can be really helpful with those people because sometimes they can, not obey orders or create problems for you. Yeah. We have 3 incredible characters. We have an incredible. I already see all the story possibilities oozing out of this crew.
Jess and I still need to pick names.
That's right. So that's why we will take a 5-minute break right now. We're going to send you your character sheets so that you have them. You can pick your name by the time we come back. And when we come back, we'll play a short score. Sound good?
Perfect. That sounds amazing. Oh my God, I'm excited.
You guys, I'm excited. I'll see you back here in 5 minutes. Start the countdown clock, Clinton Trucks. We're going to be back with these strange assassins in just a moment.
Woo.
Never mind. One more.
We're back. Welcome back to Blades in the Dark. Tonight we are dealing with a crew of strange assassins. I haven't even been drinking. This is water, I swear. We're dealing with a crew of strange assassins led by our good pal, Becca Scott, playing Kija and Aruvian, and her sisters, one of whom is Skovlin. We're going to find out what that all means right now. Let's bring them back in, our crew of lady assassins. Let's bring in Jessica Michelle Singleton, Becca Scott, and Nicole AIMÉE Schreiber. Hi, guys. Welcome back. Oh, wow.
I didn't know we were doing costume changes.
I panicked. I am panicked now. I am hound.
It's perfect. I love it. It's great.
This wouldn't fit over the wig, so here we are.
Right. I think this is more appropriate for your character anyway. A hound who spends some time out in the wilderness and wears a cowboy hat.
Yeah, I just blend in with all the cowboys.
Hold on, I have an idea. I'm going to grab a wig. Hold on.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Oh, what have I done? I'm so sorry. I have a name for my character.
Oh, great. What's your character's name?
Vucija. Vucija.
Vucija.
Yes.
We have Kija, Vucija. I love this. This is really cool. Yeah.
I'm excited. I can't wait to kill people.
Yeah. To make them disappear. Oh, here comes the sheet and Vucija.
Can we spell that again?
VUC.
Oh, CIJA.
There she is. This should be interesting. I rolled. So if people are thinking about here, what do we got here? What do we got? Oh, yeah. Oh,
yes.
yeah. Cosplay
The brains
masters. Yeah. We got the Einstein hair going. I love it.
I'm so smart.
Nicole, AIMÉE, does your character have a name yet?
Yeah. I want to be Jaja.
Jaja.
Yes. Jessica, I can't believe we both were thinking of names as in with Ja.
That's so funny.
So random.
I was trying to go like semi-Eastern European sounding, I think. That's how I landed on. I love it.
Now, at some point, the crew needs a name, but we don't need to decide that right now. In fact, we can kind of see how their jobs go and decide based on that. I think that's what happened with one of our other groups. So that's all that can wait. This game gives you tons of tables in the back to roll up adventures, and that is what I have done. I have also used a thing called the Blades in the Dark heist deck to get some juicy little details by pulling a couple cards from it during the break. And so I am creating an adventure just as you are creating a score out of these details. And so what I will tell you is that, let's see, you guys are, oh, yes. So you all actually, let's bring up our slides character sheet if we can, Clinton Trucks Kija, because we need, I did skip one part of the character creation process, and that is that you get to pick friends and enemies. You have friends and enemies, and they should be somewhere on there. There they are down there. Oh, no, they're... Yep. And you should tell me what contact came to you with this job. Who is your friend that is working, that has come to you and told you about an opportunity, Kija? It says Brill, a drug dealer, Bazo Baz, a gang leader, Clyra, a tavern owner, Nyrix, a sex worker, or Harker, a jailbird. Who's your friend and who's your enemy among this group? Or you can create your own, actually, Kija. That's what those empty spaces are for.
Ooh. We all like Nyrix, right? She's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was here for that. The sex worker? Absolutely. And I like the idea that we're helping out, I don't know, a sex worker.
Yeah, good change on the fly, Jared.
Jared, I think we killed Nyrix.
Is she dead?
I think she got dropped off.
Does this bleed in with the other games that you've done?
Oh yeah, this is going to be a universe that
Hell yes.
crosses over. So why don't we just give you a different sex worker? Let me just look up in the. Do you mind if I just give her a name and then we put her in one of those blank? Could it be the ghost of Nyrix?
Ooh, maybe getting some vengeance.
Let's just go with Nyrix. It's the ghost of Nyrix.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then let me have someone you don't like.
Basso.
Basso Baz, a gang leader. Okay,
yeah.
Great. Let's see. You're in your grotto. Tell me a little bit about a typical day when you're kind of looking for a job. And that can be all three of you, but let's start with Kija. When you're kind of looking for your next job, what would be your routine?
Long baths.
Yes, whatever you're doing right now, Kija.
We gotta do it. Okay, here we go. Lots of long baths. Organizing my jewelry collection.
Yeah.
This is not
great.
Okay. I think just going over flashcards of the meaningful people in the city.
Oh, interesting. All right. So we see that Kija has this big system of flashcards to remember people and names and things like that. And I think that what happens is when you are going through these flashcards, these little cards where you've written everybody's name on them, suddenly you feel a chill while you're handling one down here in your grotto. You've just gotten out of your grotto bath. And you feel a chill, and it feels like someone else is holding it at the same time. Your hand, it's kind of like almost like, and then finally it pulls out of your hand and goes up against the mirror in your room. And the name on it is Commissioner Neria Haig. Commissioner Neria Haig.
Oh, is someone there?
You are looking into your mirror, and for a moment, like you can see, like behind you, like way back, like in the shadows, like the shadow of like a tattooed woman is there with like shaggy dark hair, and she kind of looks over at you, and then the light shifts slightly, and she's gone.
Ladies, a little help. We have someone's home. It's not us.
There's someone home.
What is a home? Let's talk about this.
So you've called your sisters to your particular room in this grotto, and they can join you, and you guys can talk about what this means. But the information you have on your little card about Commissioner Neria Haig is that she is a deal maker in the city. She is she's a politician. She is the chair of the Ethics Oversight Committee of Duskwall. And she is sort of a matchmaker and deal maker.
I don't know how much you can trust someone on an ethics committee.
No, it's usually cover up.
Ethics committee, usually not so ethical.
As a mastermind, I trust you in that.
I'm just saying, it's my experience.
Yeah, usually you get on ethics committee to cover up your unethical shit.
Yeah.
No one can come after you if you would be the one that would come after you. You understand? Yeah.
But there was someone in here, you were saying?
What does the ghost mean? Is the ghost telling you to kill this person, or is the ghost telling you that this person has a job for you?
Well, I'm not sure what the ghost was trying to say. I mean, knowing our profession, it seems like this is a hit, but having not provided any payment, I think I would go to Hague first. Don't you agree, Jaja? Vucija?
Vucija. We have gone over this for the last 25 years. Is Vucija every time? I think we go to Hague.
Your girl Jaja, she knows.
I think we go to Hague, but don't bring him too much information. See what we can get out of him.
Perhaps we do a little reconnaissance first.
Oh, I love words with connaissance in it.
Yes, reconnaissance, incontinence.
Yes, big problem on Grotto.
Yeah, you guys love connaissance. So we're going to just do a little bit of information gathering. And so
that's my thing.
Tell me what action on your sheet, you have them all there, survey, skirmish, sway. What action on your sheet, and all of you can do this if you'd like, are you going to use to get information? And I'll tell you a little bit about how that goes. We're going to roll dice. I hope you have 6-sided dice ready to go. You just need a couple. Yes, Vucija.
It just came through. Hold on, we're loading.
Where is she?
It just came
Where
through.
is she?
I have discovered my sheet. I left my sheet at top of Grotto. Sheet is here now.
Wait, I think they got mislabeled because I'm looking at Jaja right now. I'm looking at a hound right now. Hold on.
Yeah, maybe you need to scroll it a little bit, and you'll find it.
You go to other sheet.
I'm going to other sheet.
I have big sheet.
Oh, okay, I found it. Jaja, here I am. Okay.
So what would you like to do to gather information?
I would like to sway my local skulk compatriots, that perhaps one that works at the ethics committee undercover.
Great. You'd like to sway. Wait, you said you have a skulk in the ethics committee undercover.
Of course, we have a plant.
Well, I don't know that you have a plant in every committee in town. That seems a little tricky. You could send a
janitorial company.
You could send your skulks out to. You could sway your skulks and send them out to kind of attend ethics meetings and try to kind of put themselves into that. Would you like to try to get them to infiltrate that for you?
Yeah, I think his name is Mito.
Yes,
Mito is very small. Yes, you know how small Mito is, Vucija. And he can really wriggle into vents and the like.
Is that his
yes,
his modus operandi?
Yes, he will go through vent and listen to ethics meeting without actually entering ethics meeting.
Yes.
Very good. So why don't we go ahead and roll sway? And this is just how you're controlling your cohort and getting them to do things for you. Your cohort being your gang of skulks. And so you're going to roll a d6 for each dot you have. And then you have 2. And then 1 to 3 is a failure. If you get a 4 or 5, that's a success with a complication. And if you get a 6, you succeed without any complications at all. If you get 2 6s, you critically succeed.
I got a 5 and a 6.
You got a 5 and a 6. So you succeeded because your highest die was a 6. So you succeeded. And so your skulk comes back to you after a couple of days. Mito does. And we said he's a small man. He comes back to you and he's like, I've been living in the ducts of government buildings for the past 4 days. And I can tell you that Commissioner Hague is speaking about a recent Eruvian immigrant here to Akaros. They seem very interested in a new diplomat who has arrived.
Interesting. An Aruvian diplomat that Haig is very interested in. Positive feelings towards this person?
I am unsure. She simply is having people monitor his whereabouts. His name is Ankayet.
Ankayet. That sounds familiar. Do Jaja or I know this person since we're from Aruvia?
Yeah, you do actually. Ankayet is a criminal in Aruvia, but I don't mean the fun kind. He's like a war criminal. He's like a horrible person.
Did terrible things.
He did terrible things to your friends, to possibly your families, and now he has somehow gotten diplomatic immunity and arrived in Akaros here in Duskwall.
Well, he has to die.
It seems that perhaps Haig would want to give us a mark with which we could dispose. Ankayet has been my enemy. He doesn't know me personally, but I have wanted him dead ever since our uncle was killed by his gang.
I'll give you a little bit more about Ankayet. Yes, his gang is correct. His gang that eventually took over the government for a short time. So they started as a criminal organization like the cartel, and then eventually they staged a coup and they took over the throne of Aruvia for a short time until they were ousted in a counter coup. Since then, Ankayet has been living in secrecy in Aruvia. The other thing you need to know about Ankayet is that he is a leech type of character. He was the right-hand man of his leader and tortured people and came up with weird experiments to conduct on them. And now he is somewhere here in Duskwall.
Should we do our usual appear in the personal quarters of the person that we're communicating with and sort of like come at them from 3 angles and surprise them and tell them we know what they want before they know?
Yes, I like the usual. I think
I mean, you can't go wrong with the usual.
Well, if you guys are already ready to go and off Ankayet, if you're already ready to take him down.
I want to check in with Haig first and see who's going to pay us.
That makes sense.
Also make sure that they're on the same page. Huh?
Why? I don't even need payment. Let's just take this dude out. He sounds terrible.
Well, let's not rush to making too many enemies at once. Let's find out really what's going on here.
Very good. So what other action would you like to do to gather a little more information? And since Kija has already kind of, used the Skulk network, what's another method that you could use to gain information? For example, Vucija, our hound. What might you use?
Well, I have a few options here. Before we come down here and you tell us about this card you pull, you mentioned perhaps there is someone else who has been in here. Can we communicate with?
Yeah, you could communicate with the ghost some more. Yeah.
Let's perhaps talk to them, or attempt.
Very good. I think that's a great idea. So you may roll a tune.
1 die.
1 die. So remember, 1 to 3 is a failure. 4 or 5 is a success with a consequence, and a 6 just means you did it.
I have failed you.
Okay.
I have failed us all. Not as in tune with my attunement as I aspire to be. I am very sorry, my sisters.
Okay, and I'm not using some of the things about the rolls yet. Just if the chat is curious, I'm gonna ease us in here before we get to position and effect. But what I will say is that in this particular case, you rolled, you're unable to connect with this strange spirit. Why they are connecting you with this female commissioner on the ethics committee? Why that has suddenly become important? And why this spirit is trying to connect you with them? You don't know, but this is possibly why your group of assassins is strange. It appears that you sometimes receive tips from the dead. So that was your attempt, Vucija. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to talk to Jaja now. Jaja, how would you find out a little more? Jaja's just ready to kill this guy, but her sisters want her to gather a little more information or do something that could kind of set you guys up for success. What would you use to do that?
You know, I'm looking at my sheet right now. Hold on, I can't break in character for a moment.
That's okay. You can break character. We can talk about it.
I think perhaps consider we should go into town and just do some poking around, maybe.
I love a good poke around.
Some consorting, perhaps.
You could.
I would like to. Yeah, I want to study the situation and really, get some information.
Very good. Are you like studying in books, or are you? What are you? Because you'd have information histories on this guy if you'd want to look through those.
Yeah, let's look through those information histories. I love a good background check.
Okay, very good. So go ahead and roll study, and let me know how it goes. 1 to 3 is a fail. 4 or 5 is success with a consequence. And
5.
6 is a 5. So you have a success, but there is some sort of complication or consequence. What you find out is that our friend Enkayat is a devout member of a organization of scholars.
I respect intelligence.
Yes, you are also an academic, and maybe this is why you know this. Actually, you dig through some old diaries that have somehow come into your possession, and you find out that he is a member of a pretty powerful organization that is international, obviously, because it spreads to Eruvia, called the Circle of the Flame. The Circle of the Flame, they attempt to acquire ancient artifacts. And that he goes and some of the things that his gang did in Eruvia, the horrible things they did, were to acquire powerful magical artifacts. So they would accuse people of a crime and take them off to some hole to bury them, torture them and put them away in a prison or a camp for a long time. And then they would be able to take all of their beautiful, wonderful artifacts to use for their own. And so that is the detail you have about him. And the only other thing I'll tell you from your there needs to be a complication, though, doesn't there?
Yeah, what's my complication?
The complication is that you are known among the Circle of the Flame.
Ooh.
You are an academic. You're not a member of them, so possibly you told them to fuck off, or maybe you failed the test to get in, or you've got to let me know. But the Circle of the Flame, for whatever reason, doesn't really like you. And in fact, we don't need to throw it on the screen, but Clinton Trucks, I think, let's make the Circle of the Flame, let's make them not like this crew very much, because Jaja's in it and they don't like her. Great.
I like the idea of this backstory of I tried to get in and couldn't.
Right.
So they think I'm a loser and I think they're losers.
That sounds right. Yeah. They're definitely monsters. I mean, at least especially the guy you've been tipped off about is, but like they do steal artifacts from people and cultures and private residences. So
like the Gettys.
Exactly. Yes, they're like a evil steampunk fantasy version of the Gettys. This is the information you have right now, guys. I think that's enough gathering information. I want to know you know what? I'll allow one more kind of information gathering thing, and then we're going to jump into killing this guy. Because in this game, you don't have to do too much planning. Because when you are on the job trying to kill the guy, you can tell me that you want a flashback. And suddenly your character will think of something they've already done, and it will become part of the story. It'll cost you some stress, but you can flash back at any time. But I'm going to allow one more information gathering roll, because I do think it's important maybe to get paid for a job, or maybe figure out how you might be able to profit off of it. I mean, the fact that he's connected to the Circle of the Flame means that he undoubtedly possesses some valuable artifacts of some sort.
I really want to seductively appear in the shadows of Heg's personal home late at night with my sisters if they'd like to come. And that's how we're like, oh, we know that you are seeking Ankayat, or you've been watching him. How about we just remove that problem for you?
I don't see why you wouldn't be allowed to do that. Tell me what you are going to roll, what action to kind of sneak into her home and be waiting for her.
Would that be finesse?
I'll allow a finesse. I think that means you kind of like undid the locks, right? Maybe something like that, or how you describe it. Don't make me describe it. Describe it after you roll.
I think that I seduced her butler.
Oh, well, that's a sway.
He is a very weak man.
Yeah.
Oh, butlers are always weak.
So weak. So susceptible to.
Yeah, give me that sway roll. And so now I'm going to tell you a little bit about your position and your effect. And this is what I mean. Your position is either controlled, risky, or desperate. And then if you fail when it's desperate, you take consequences. If you fail when it's risky, you take consequences, but they're not as bad. And if you fail when it's controlled, you're okay because you controlled the situation. So I'm going to say that this is a risky position because it's risky to try to seduce someone's butler to sneak into their house. And then I think the effect, if you do it, is either limited, standard, or great. I think the effect, if you do it, is standard. You will get in. He will let you in. How did you do? Kija.
I had 2 dice.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was a 1, but the other was a 6.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Excellent.
Very
okay,
great.
so the butler. So you describe your success to me. How do you seduce this man? And then we'll set the scene in the woman's private quarters.
It's silks are my thing. So I've just got, it's like a fan made of silk, and he opens the door and I'm holding them crisscross and I drop one and then I drop the other and then I wrap him in them and he just melts. He's done. He just, and I put him in the closet and I say, you stay there.
Oh, very good. Done. So he's currently in the closet. That you let your sisters in, and you're all waiting when this woman enters through the big double doors of her lavish home in White Crown. She puts down like a valise. She undoes like the very complex braid she has her hair in.
Hair cascading.
It cascades down onto her shoulders. She is a very handsome a woman of more advanced age than your characters. I think one of you might be older. I'm not sure, but she's very beautiful. She's like a Sigourney Weaver now. And she walks into her boudoir and starts to select what she's going to wear, pajama wise, since she is turning in for the night. It's quite late. And that is when you do what?
I don't want to make all the moves.
Oh shit. Well,
Vucija,
pull your weapon so she knows.
You want to get paid for this job, right? And you think this woman might have a reason to get rid of this guy. So make your play.
Okay. I have stay in character, but I have stupid question.
You can break character anytime you want, guys.
So when we say survey, what is that actually? Because that's what I'm leaning towards, but I'm trying to figure out what I want to like.
It means you're watching and you're observing and you're noticing things. So if you wanted to say you've noticed something about her that allows you to kind of get some leverage on her right now and get her to pay for this job, you could roll survey. And if you're successful, all of that would happen and be true.
Okay.
There's no wrong answers, too. I might ask you to imagineer whatever the thing you surveyed was. And just, the first thing that comes to your head is really usually great.
Can we finesse?
I can tell with you, it will be. Finesse would be kind of like, sneaking up behind her and capturing her or doing something that involves dexterous manipulation.
I would like to, so we're all in the shadows. She does not know we're here. She's going to her boudoir for the night, but it is in such a place that she's in her room, maybe is kind of cornered back to open space.
That's right.
So I think noticing that now is good time to make myself known, come out and perhaps surprise, but like excuse me.
I feel like it's a Sand Snakes of Dorn, and we're like in the room that she's looking in the mirror in, and then we all step out of the shadows.
Ooh, just like you were looking in the mirror earlier. Suddenly, 3 women appear behind her, but these aren't ghosts. When she turns around, Vucija says, "Surprise!" And she's like, "Oh,
and not to scare her, but in a way that ideally she will want to respond. You know, like, who are you? Like, scared but curious.
Maybe clearing of the voice. One of the like a here.
I like the mirror. There's a mirror.
Okay,
We just slide in.
That's done. It's happened. Now tell me what you are going to say or do to her. All you want to do is find out if she'll pay for this job, right? You're not trying to hurt her.
I think you should tell her that. Don't worry, we're not here to hurt you.
Yeah. We don't want to cause you harm. We just want your money.
We say that, and then we say, we know of a man you may have a situation with.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is not
and
a
we
robbery.
offer a resolution.
Yes, we are here to help you.
Wait.
It's a lot of information at once.
It is.
Who are you speaking of? Be quick. I can have the guards here in a moment.
What guards?
And my
The ones
personal
in the club?
butler is good with a knife.
Your personal butler.
He's good with a lot more than that.
Yeah, your butler is kind of tied up.
He's out for a while.
Then speak. What do you want here?
Ankayat.
What do you know of Ankayat?
I should ask
Everything.
you the same thing.
Ankayat's presence in the city is inconvenient.
No.
That is what we do. We are the... It doesn't matter what we're called. What matters is that
we take care of people who are inconvenient.
Yes. We would like you to be more convenienced.
Yeah, we want it convenient for you, and then the inconvenience goes away and sans inconvenience.
Yes,
We
would you be
convenience people.
interested in perhaps having your inconvenience removed?
Would you like to be convenienced?
We're a convenience store.
You ruffians, get out of my boudoir immediately. Here, take this gold. It's
We love gold.
if it's it's no down payment. I can tell you that. I'm simply bribing you to leave. There's twice as much as that. If you just leave now and leave me be.
Yes, of course. We never spoke to you, and you never agreed that you wanted us to do anything. We understand.
We are
I
being
pick up the
bribed.
gold.
Never happened.
Yes. We never even met.
We are so smooth.
And then there is a window. So there is a window. So do you guys go out the window, or you just go out the front door like you came in?
Out the front door like we came in.
You snuck in. You snuck in. Sorry, after you seduced the butler.
But I think in the interest of covering our tracks, were we perhaps seen coming in the front door? Let's leave out the front door. Makes it seem like we were invited.
Right.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. And
As I
leave
pass the
laughing.
closet. As I pass the closet near the door, I'd like to open it and toss 1 coin in.
Take 1 coin off of reward for this job. Got it. Okay. So you see him. He's tied up in there, and he looks angry now. And the coin hits him in the head. And now we are going to do the assassination. So I need you to pick a type of plan. This might not make a lot of sense to you at first, but this is how the game works, and it's really fun because it means we're just going to jump into it, and then we're going to figure out like the details or how you got here later. So you need to pick the type of plan you want to use to take down this guy. And here we go. Do you want to do an assault, which means just attacking him, a deception, tricking him into going somewhere or doing something that makes him end up dead, stealth, meaning it's completely like sneaking up on him, sneaking into his house, killing him in bed, something like that, Occult, using this strange ghost that apparently is an ally to you. Social, that's like kind of putting social pressure on him, or approaching him at a party that you're not invited to, getting in somehow. Or transport, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but maybe we could figure out how it would work. It would mean like, moving. Yeah, exactly. Moving across the city somehow, moving him somewhere, kidnapping him. That's one way you could disappear him, is, put him on a boat destined to, go on a year-long trip. So that's how transport would work for you. You just have to get rid of this inconvenient man.
What about
what do you want?
Occult.
I like deception.
I'm definitely leaning deception because I have skill in disguise.
It's we are good. Disappearances are our thing, and I feel like we know you guys are both sort of, in with everyone. You know of maybe some artifacts that maybe he might have interest in. We could the appeal of.
Very good.
Jaja is to meet him to buy an artifact, and the rest of us, we disguise ourselves to trick him in some way at that rendezvous.
That is what's happening, and we're going to cut to the score now. So you've described you always have to describe a detail, and you have described it for me. You have described the method of deception. You are going to pretend to be selling him an artifact, and then you are going to actually kill him. And so the artifact, we don't have to decide all of that right now, but I think that right now you are meeting him. The score has started. You are meeting him in front of this like very strange tree that has grown up in another grotto you guys know about, like on the shores of Night Market. And this tree, almost no plants grow in this world because the world has been so ravaged by the death energies that were released by the cataclysm 1,000 years ago that plants are stunted and strange. But this is a particularly auspicious meeting place where there is something called a murder tree. And this murder tree is known to be a spot where lots of people have met their final end, and it's in kind of a little grotto that is kind of connected to yours by many tunnels. Your hideout is some distance from it, and this is where you are meeting him in secret to sell him this artifact. And so I can tell you that what you see is a boat is kind of slowly coming along the river, headed toward your location. Jaja, you're already there. You have a box in front of you. What is in the box? We don't know right now. And we can assume that Kija and Vucija are somewhere nearby. They can tell me where they are when it becomes important. But right now, I'm going to say, Jaja, you are there with a big box, sitting in front of this weird, twisted, and gnarled tree, and the roots of it almost look like skulls, and the limbs of the tree look like femurs and like tibias and like bones hanging over you. You seem like a servant of death as he approaches in a boat with 5 other men. So in Kayat, he is a Ruvian. He's dark complected, big mustache, big pointy beard. And you see that who he has with him are masked individuals, because sometimes people wear masks in this universe, and these masks are simply they show that they are a member of some sort of private security group or detail that he has probably hired. Yes. And so the boat is approaching this little kind of inlet, this little grotto. What would you like to do, Jaja? It's up to you at first.
Can I are they going to pull in completely? Can I get in a little boat and go out and meet them?
Yeah, if you'd like. Yeah, I think that they thought that you wanted to meet them here, but like up near the tree, but maybe
I want to throw them off.
Yeah.
I want to kind of do something that they didn't think was going to happen. I said to come meet me, and then I kind of want to have like a little bit of a change of plans at the last minute.
Very good. I love it. So you pull out in a boat. And I think that in order for you to, you need to like make this like the second you kind of pull out in a little boat that you guys have like planted there. And I'm not going to require a flashback for you to have a boat there. We've already established that you guys have boats and live in a grotto. So you can pull out with this little boat and you're moving over to them. And right away, one of the masked men goes, "Wait, the deal was to meet at the tree. Go back." And you can see that like a couple of them are like have their hands over like firearms. Jaja, what do you do?
Shit.
All of the actions on that right side of your sheet, any of them could be used to handle this.
What are your what are we?
You
allowed
just
to
have to use. You guys are allowed to help because you could conceivably.
I want to sway him into my new plan.
Okay.
I think you. No. Okay. Never mind.
I like this. I think you should try it. So I'm going to say that this is risky because these guys are armed and it's happening on moving boats, right? Yeah. This sway roll. But it will have a standard effect. If you do it, he will allow to make the meeting like kind of out on the river here.
Yeah.
All right. So how many dice do you have in your sway?
I have 1.
Okay, here we go. Actually, wait. There are ways you can improve this roll because this one sounds kind of important. If you'd want, you could take 2 stress and push yourself. So your character takes 2 stress, which is kind of like your hit points in this game, and you'll get an extra die. Okay. You could also have one of your teammates could assist you. They have to describe how they're doing that, but then they take a stress and you get an extra die.
Okay.
Those are 2 ways that you could get more dice right now. What do people think? Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to do an engagement roll for you. Wait, an engagement roll is kind of to see how desperate or controlled it all is at the beginning anyway. And so I'm going to do that right now. And I've kind of calculated quickly. Okay, it's pretty controlled. So this is going to happen as you wish. Are you ready to roll your sway, and are you doing anything to pump up your roll?
Can I have one of the girls roll as well? You said that was an option?
They can take some stress and give you a die, but they have to say how they're helping.
And if we're helping, we give her a die, would that go toward her sway?
That's right. She gets to roll an extra die on her sway.
Okay, well, I think I'm in the box.
Oh, you're in the box.
I'm in the box. I am great hunter.
Okay, so for that, I do want. So I want to do 2 things. First of all, I want to do a flashback, right? I think that you're calling for a flashback to say that you were in the box, and so Vucija, like, we're gonna flashback to you, like, helping to build this special box that Vucija, you have to like really kind of be able to curl up and get into it, and you have to have all your weapons. Oh, and speaking of weapons,
there's like a layer over me. Is that maybe an option that like it's a layered box?
Oh wow! Oh, so it's pretty big too. So I want you to take two stress for the flashback that you have created a special box that you can get down into. Take 2 stress for that, and then also since we're talking about equipment, I want everybody to tell me what their loadout is. Do they have a heavy, normal, or light loadout? Meaning, did you take a lot of equipment and gear with you, a little bit, or almost none?
I have a little bit.
Okay, so it sounds like you guys want a standard loadout. So that basically means that on your sheet, during the course of this job, you can check off, I think it's 3 things that you brought with you, but you don't have to check them off now. You can check them off as you need them. So you guys went with a standard loadout, and right now the boat is moving out to the other boat, and there's a big box in it, and Vucija is inside the box. I love it. So they say, stop. The deal was to meet at the tree. Jaja, how did your sway roll go?
Oh. Wait, am I doing? I got 2 because
we're gonna allow Vucija to take one more stress to aid you, and I think she's talking to you out of the box, like kind of giving you advice, like how to like deal with these like rough customers. And so you can roll 2 dice.
Okay, cool.
I can roll 2.
No. Jaja will roll 2 for her sway. You'll take 3 stress altogether, Vucija.
4 and 4.
2 for the flashback and 1 for helping your friend. And so there we go. So you got 4 and a 4, Jaja, and that means you succeeded with a complication. And the complication is I'm going to make a clock on my piece of paper here. And that clock is going to have 4 quadrants on it. And I'm going to fill in 1 quadrant. And this clock is called the Ankayat knows he's being deceived clock. And every time there is another complication, he might get a little more suspicious. So you've already made him just one little bit suspicious right now by changing the plan. And if you keep ticking off those boxes, eventually all hell will break loose and things will get very bad for you. But right now, they're going to accept this new set of circumstances. And so they allow you to pull your boat alongside them. And then Kayat is sitting kind of back behind. He has 5 guys with him. He's sitting back behind all of them, and he's not speaking. You just get like a glimpse of him between 2 large burly bodies, and he's giving you like a very kind of cold and like sort of skeptical stare. And then one of the masked men in his private security detail is like, "So let us see the artifact." Yes, the artifact. You came to sell it, did you not?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we are out here in the middle of the river, so
Can I tell
let us
you
see it.
what I'm disguised as and where I am?
You can tell me.
I'll hold on to it if Jaja has an idea.
It sounds like
I'll tell you where I am.
He's already negged on his end of the deal.
I think it's time. I think it's time for you to tell us, Becca. Tell us where Kija is.
Yes, please.
I use my skill in Cloak and Dagger to disguise myself as one of his henchmen. I am ready this morning.
So, I think that is a flashback. So, if you would please take, I think 2 stress, right? So that means like earlier today, we see, in the movie version of this, we see your
Ocean's
character.
11.
Yeah, exactly. We see
You
it
didn't
goes.
know we already solved that plot hole.
Yes, exactly. So in that version of it, we see our friend Kija like maybe putting on like, things that make her body seem more like a burly male member of a security force, and then putting on their outfit over that, and then finally pulling the mask on. And then just
I think
sort of
I knocked a guy out tricked him, seduced him probably because I'm good at sway, to take his place so that I had someone specific I was emulating, and I have a mask made to look like them.
Perfect. Yeah, I love it. Actually, I'm going to give you, I want 3 stress for that one because it's a big one. It's really big, but
Fair.
You take 3 stress, it's done. And so one of the 5 people in the boat, Jaja, is actually your sister Kija. But now someone must do something because he is saying, let us see the artifact.
And then I'm going to say, I need one of your henchmen, my sister, but he doesn't know that it's my sister. I need one of your your squad, your security force to come help me I need that person to hop in my boat with me, and then we're going to go get the artifact.
I made myself right in front because I thought that might come up.
Okay, he's like, you don't have it with you?
No, it's too big. It's too big. I need someone to help me lift it into the boat.
Let us all go to shore. We will all go to shore and see it together.
No. I don't want to inconvenience you. That's why I came out here, because I was like, I'll meet you halfway. I don't want you to come all the way in. I'll just grab
What's
someone.
inside your tree, Jared?
What's that?
Are you hiding something in this weird bone tree?
Look, maybe I am. It's a card I pulled out of this really cool heist deck, and it's waiting for something to happen, right? So you are going to have to give me a roll to get them to allow you to take one of their men, and it doesn't have to be you that makes this Jaja. It could be someone else, but someone needs to make a roll to allow them, for them to allow you to do this.
I got it, boss, and use my sway.
Yeah, I think you should. And look, if there's a complication, they're going to get more suspicious again.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I have 2 in sway, and that's why I wanted to jump in there. Also, when you use a disguise or other form of covert misdirection, you get +1d to rolls to confuse or deflect suspicion.
That sounds like you get an extra die, doesn't it? Becca's good at these games.
Man,
Becca's
I'm so impressed.
Yeah. Becca, it's like you've done this a lot.
I literally only play games every day. 2 5s and a 2. So that's
2 5s and a 2. So that is a complication. So I'm gonna click 2 more boxes.
2?
Yeah, I'm gonna click 2 more. But they are going to let you guys go back to the shore and get the item and bring it out, I guess, to the water. Because one of the guys is going like, "I'll do it, boss." So if one more complication comes up in terms of suspicion, all hell might break loose. But right now, you guys are together again, and you're headed in Jaja's boat back to the shore where the box is sitting under that horrible tree. What do you do?
Back at square one.
Wait, say again?
How do we murder this man?
Well, look, I mean, you had a good situation there. The only problem is he has all these guards, which could be, look, basically you'll shoot him and then 5 people will be shooting at you. So that's a little game master help to make you think about how to get around
What if we sink the boat?
What if on your way
Flashback.
out?
I left a bunch of rocks in there.
Wait, a flashback to say you left a bunch of rocks in the boat or you put something in the boat while you were in there?
I put a big old hole in that boat.
And
Flashback to put a hole in the boat?
Using my knife shoes.
She pulls
Yes,
the plug and the
bloody
boat
knife
sinks.
shoes.
Okay, flashback, it's going to cost you another 3 stress because it's a big one. And, well, actually, if you want, it'll only cost 2 stress, but you need to make a roll, and we'll see how effective your sabotage was.
Okay, I don't know. What would I roll?
Well, you can roll anything in this game. Really, you can pick any action to do something, but
that's
sometimes
a wreck.
that does sound like a wreck. Do you have 0 in wreck?
I do.
If you have 0 in wreck, you roll 2 dice and you take the lower one.
And a success is a 4, 5, or 6.
Yes, that's right. Mm-hmm. But you're only going to take the lower die, so you'll roll 2, but we're only going to look at the one that's the lowest.
Come on, Big Daddy, roll thing.
Roll,
Yeah,
Big
call me Big Daddy
Daddy.
when I wear
This
this
box
costume.
is very uncomfortable. Please roll good die. Oh no, man down.
I don't know if I needed the full cod piece for this costume, but I put it on anyway. No, I didn't. I didn't do it. I didn't
Okay.
do it good.
So maybe
What's the
Jaja. So
daisy?
you got like a
Not
1
thinking.
as your result, or a 2
I
or
got
a
a
3, right?
2 and a 4.
Okay, yeah. So you got a 2. So basically, you were trying to very quietly but you just never had an opportunity. You never had an opportunity to quietly put a hole in the boat. So that didn't happen. That didn't happen. But I'm gonna say this: that you kind of got one started. So if someone else if any kind of stress happens to that boat, that hole might pop open now. All right. So you take 2 stress to have kind of weakened the structure of the boat, but you haven't actually put any kind of hole in it. And so now you're you guys are kind of rowing back to the shore, and Jaja's maybe asking you, "Did you do it?" And you're like, not really, not quite. And so now tell me what the next part of the plan is.
Procedure, just shoot it.
What if I use blow dart, shoot big henchman on the back of the boat, he falls down, burst open hole. He's full. They sink. We can't stop it. Whoopsie daisy.
Okay, so you're gonna pop out of the case you're in. You're gonna blow dart across the river and hit this guy, and then he's gonna fall down. It's not gonna look like he was shot or that it was obviously you. And then hopefully him falling down will smash the structure that our friend Kija has already weakened. Am I reading your plan correctly?
I will not pop out. I will pop up from my crouched still in box, there is tiny hole in the box for
Yes.
me to see, but then I have to see, and then I have to blow. I have to aim with my mind, blow through the hole. I hunt.
That's
I see,
amazing.
I line up. I blow him. I blow him.
Last
down.
thing. Last thing.
Blow him.
One thing. Yes. Oh, yes. I love the wording
Oh,
there.
good, sister.
Do you have a
was a
blow
guy.
dart weapon on your list of equipment on your sheet? Is that one of the things that you can check off?
I don't know. I did not.
An unusual weapon.
It's an unusual weapon.
Check that. That's the unusual weapon that you have. And now,
okay.
do you have that? Is that on there? I think it is, right?
Unusual weapons on there.
Unusual weapon.
Okay, so that's one of the standard of your standard loadout. Your regular loadout. You've checked that off now. That's one of the things you brought with you, and you go, this is awesome. There's a whole. This is really cool. Actually, you're gonna, and they're not even gonna know that
Where it came from.
where it came from or why it's happening.
We can
My
stay
accent
undercover
for
as
chat.
assassins.
But there's a finesse roll that needs to be made to get that done. Vucija, you must make a finesse roll to hit him with that dart.
Not a hunt.
A hunt, I think, is more finding, tracking. But you know what? Tell me how it was hunt. Why is it hunt?
Because I know why it is hunt. It is because I have used my knowledge of knowing Kija's regular placement of the old hole in the boat routine, and I have hunted out that this man is standing in the vicinity where perhaps because the boat does not seem to be sinking, so it seems something is amiss. No.
This is a really good answer, and it makes sense. Like it's you know, hunt also has to do with timing and kind of knowing positioning of things. So yes, I agree. And you can. How many dice do you have for a hunt roll?
I have 2 dice for hunt roll.
This is an important one. Would you like extra dice somehow? One of your friends could assist you and take a stress. You could push yourself for 2 stress and get an extra die, or I could offer you a devil's bargain.
What is for chat? I am not really sister. We established I am a liar. I am from somewhere else.
Right.
What is I would like to. I love the devil. I worship a demon. What's going on with the devil?
Okay. So if you take a devil's bargain, it means you take a consequence, but you get an extra die. Okay. So I'm going to say that this is a risky action. It's going to have great effect. It's going to not only knock this guy out, so taking out another one of the soldiers, it's also going to sink their boat, and possibly in Kaya, it's going to be in a very vulnerable position. So it's going to have great effect. But if you want an extra die, I can say that here's what I want to say: the fumes from like the knockout poison you use are going to. They're kind of getting to your head a little bit because you're like stuck in this tiny space and you're like and so you're putting this knockout poison onto your blow dart. And if you do this, you're gonna take a level 1 harm that's like woozy.
And what number I need for this to be successful?
You want a 6, but a 4 or 5 are good too.
6 total.
No, you're not adding them together. You're saying what's your highest die?
I need 1 4 or 1 5 or 1 6 for this to work.
You got it.
Yeah, I'll knock myself out for this.
Okay, great. You'll just be woozy, but I'm going to put that on your sheet. You'll see there's a place to put harms. As a level 1 harm, you are woozy, and now you may fire your dart. Roll with 3 dice for your hunt roll.
Level 1 harm. I write woozy.
You write woozy.
Woozy. Okay.
I
have 2. I wrote 2 and then 1. Is that?
And you roll 3 all together. Just roll them all together.
I only have 2. Is that?
Okay. Oh yeah. Of course you can. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We roll 1 more. It's for fun, you know.
Of course. Yeah.
Oh God. It's 5.
It's a 5. Success with a complication. Before the dart hits, I fill up the suspicion box. They say it's a trap, it's a ploy. That's when the dart hits. Our poor, poor Vucija's like inside of her box. The dart hits. The guy falls forward right after someone screams it's a trap. The boat breaks in two. Everybody falls into the water. They're all swimming and shouting and screaming. I'm going to say that probably you've taken out their ability to shoot because they do have black powder weapons and they are now all soaking wet. But they aren't dead. They're just swimming in the water. So how are you going to end this? What is going to... and Kija is swimming for like the opposite shore right now. You see him and you still see there are like 3 guys around him that are like swimming around him and they're swimming toward you.
Wait,
the private security
we pull out
detail.
our weapons.
Yeah, wait, where? So Jaja, me and my sister, Kija, we are currently in the boat close to all of this action that's going on.
That's right. Or if you'd like, we could say that you've already landed on the shore if you'd prefer to be there because that's where you were headed to.
So we're on the shore. Okay, so from the shore, I'm thinking that blow dart thing was pretty effective for that guy. Maybe we should blow dart what's his face as he's swimming.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I see a cute dog. I also will have whatever weapon the other henchman had, and I would like to use that to shoot at our mark.
Very good. So he is swimming, and I want to say that because he's kind of like in and out of the water, that this is a desperate action with because this is it. This is the make or break the whole job moment, which means that if you fail at this, you're going to take some kind of big consequence, usually in harm. So I'm going to say it's going to give the security detail enough time to swim to shore and start attacking you. If you fail this, okay, that's why it's desperate. Okay. And the effect will be, I think it's going to be standard. You will, if you hit him with a dart, he will go under because you've seen the guy that you already darted and he's not awake, so he's just going to drown. He's just sinking to the bottom of the river.
Us assassins do not care.
So both of you, tell me how you are shooting at Ankayat.
I think I'm going to do a blow dart too.
You have blow dart as well?
Yeah, I mean, you're my not real sister, but you inspired me. You know, in a flashback years ago, I saw you're great with blow darts. I just remember from years ago. So now when I go out, I bring blow darts with me because they're so effective because you can really hit someone from a distance.
You brought a blow dart?
I'm going to hold my fire. Sorry?
Jaja, no problem as long as you can mark off on your sheet like a special weapon or a unusual weapon.
Yeah, I got an unusual weapon right here.
Go for it.
I'm going to pull out my gun, but I'm going to hold my fire to see if our mark is taken down, and if so, I'll just go for a henchman.
Very good. Okay, so Jaja, what are you rolling to hit him with this this dart?
Finesse.
That sounds right. Do you want any extra dice? Do you want to take 2 stress and get an extra die?
Yes.
Okay, I think it's a good idea because this is an important roll. How many dice do you have in your finesse?
I have in my finesse I only have 1.
Ooh, you might want 3 dice for this. Do you want a devil's bargain?
Yes.
Okay, my devil's bargain is that if he dies, that's going to awaken some forces in this area.
Okay.
But you get an extra die for letting me say that's
Vague
true.
and cryptic.
Should I do that? Sisters, what do we do?
You're blow darting and Kayat. Yes?
Yeah, I'm blow darting and Kayat.
Take it.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think you should go for it. Here we go.
I'm gonna do 3 dice. Ready?
3 dice. Here we go.
But I am drunk on.
I only have 2, so I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna
blow dart
second. Yeah.
So
Okay,
no
ready?
problem.
Right. So here we go. All right, I got 4, 1, 4. 4, 1, 4.
You got 4.
Success with a complication. So the success with the complication is it goes into his back, and he is losing his ability to stay awake, but he makes it to the opposite shore. That's the complication. You succeeded in hitting him with the blow dart. You succeeded in doing that.
He's not gonna drown now. now.
He's not going to just drown. He is like, he's crawling and he's sort of fallen asleep on that opposite shore. His men are swimming toward you, and they're going to be here. They're going to be here after, our friend Kija takes her action. So Kija, you could shoot him from here. It's not that far. Okay.
We're aiming for the other side of the river. I know that there are enemies coming right towards us, but I need to hit our mark because we are strange assassins.
That's right.
We got to earn this coin. So I would like to go for it. FYI, I mentioned I wanted to take away from my skill in hunt, and I gave it to prowess a while ago when I got my character sheet. Just FYI, to finesse.
Okay, good idea. Especially for this role. So do you have 2 dice? Do you want any extra dice from pushing yourself or anything like that?
I already have 5 stress from our
Ooh,
whole
yeah, you probably want to stop with that. Can someone assist her? Perhaps Vucija woozily gets up out of the box.
My sister, assist
I have done dice. Yeah. What do I need?
So, Vucija, if you'll help her, I could narrate something like Vucija comes up out of the box and sort of the guards and the security men are running toward her. Like she sort of distracts them for a minute so you can really concentrate on your shot.
Yoo-hoo! It was me! I did it! I don't even know them. I'm here. I live in the box.
Take a stress, Vucija, because you aided her and you get an extra die.
Oh, wow. So I'm rolling with 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go.
Got a 6.
A 6. Bam! The shot goes across the entire waterway. It swings over the heads of the guards, and it hits home in he's already laying in the mud on the opposite bank, and then suddenly you just see his head kind of open up with a red splotch, where you hit him, and his blood starts to bleed out into the river. And that is when I am going to rule that blood fills the river. It kind of trickles down into the river. And as the blood fills the river and trickles down into the river behind all of you, unbeknownst to you, the tree on the other side of the river, suddenly out of its bark, blood starts to geyser out, and it starts to kind of trickle down among your feet. And it's kind of moving to meet the blood in the river. It's kind of coming down the embankment to meet the blood in the river. I can't tell you exactly what that means. I can tell you that that's happening at the same time his guards are now up off of, out of the water. They're coming at you with knives. Their guns are ruined, but they're coming at you with knives. There are 3 of them left. Yeah, that's right. What do? You've succeeded in your job, but now you have to get away. So what do you do?
I have a question.
Yeah, great.
In my equipment, is the shaded stuff off limits?
The shaded stuff. Yes, possibly, or it means you always have it. Let me look at your playbook sheet. That's no problem. I can look at that real quick. But I would like to know.
Find disguise kit in that category.
You know what the shaded stuff is? It's stuff that's very unique to your playbook. I believe that's what it is.
Oh.
Okay.
So it's other guys don't have access to that stuff. Just you do.
Okay.
Let me look.
Where do I put if I take a devil's bargain?
You just you took it, and so you got an extra die on that roll. But now I'm making the tree do weird stuff because you agreed to it. You died, and now it has awakened something inside of the tree.
We're gonna need a bigger blow dart.
This is. I have an idea. This is a lot of new shit for me. I am very confused, but I'm trying to keep up.
Well, I have good news. I have good news for you. You're kicking ass. You're doing perfectly.
Right. Well, I like the chat suggestion of, because I had an idea, but I like the Jaja use study and do a flashback and learn what the tree is. Is that an option?
Absolutely. That's a great idea. And actually, this is gonna be maybe our final roll or rolls. I'll let everybody do one last thing, right? Because we have come to the end of more than 2 hours. You guys have been so fantastic, but I like games that get in fast and hit hard. And so we are going to now resolve.
Wait.
Yes, exactly.
Came up with a really great name for us, a pitch for our crew called the Weird Sisters.
Ooh.
Which also is the band in the Triwizard Ball and Harry Potter.
Ball and Harry Potter.
Solid.
I love it. But let's do this flashback. So no. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
Jaja?
I think you can do it. I think you should do it. Do you want to take 2 stress and learn what the tree is?
Yeah. Take it.
Vucija, do you want to do it?
Me? I take 2 stress for her to flashback?
Oh, is Jaja going to do the flashback?
She's the smart one.
She is. She's the smart one. Jaja, will you take...
I'm the brains.
She's the brains. Let her do it. Vucija, why were you trying to horn in on that? Go ahead, Jaja.
I saved Jaja. You do the thing. I'm drunk. It's not my fault. The blow dart gas. I don't know who I am.
Okay. So, Jaja, do you take 2 stress to have found out what the tree is?
Yes.
Okay. You take that 2 stress and you studied this. I'm not even going to make you roll right now. I'm going to say that you studied this before you chose this location. And what you know is that this tree is connected with murder. And so when murder happens around it, it excites the ghost field and it creates like this sort of entity that is a gestalt of all of the spirits that died here or connected to this tree. It's a very dangerous, very frightening ectoplasmic entity that could possibly be controlled by someone who has, say, the ability to attune to the ghost field. And it would be potentially a way to rid yourself of, say, 3 angry security fighters that are headed toward you to try to kill you. So you found that out. And now we're back to the present. You know that that's true, Jaja. You know that that's what the blood thing is. That's what's happening with that blood. That entity is about to emerge from the tree.
I feel like that's reminiscent of what's that movie? Avatar, where the roots. No, I don't remember. Anyways,
it is reminiscent of that, and in fact, everything that I've done tonight is based on a work by James Cameron. If you can guess which one was Terminator.
What's the boat? I knew that.
Yes,
all
yeah.
Terminator.
The
all
boat.
The time.
The boat sank. Get it? It's all Cameron.
Every night in my dreams. Wait.
I
Okay.
see you.
What if
I can attune,
Vucija.
but I have 1 die. I can have 1 roll. It was somebody help me. Otherwise, I pop out of box, 2 pistols in my hand, and I'm just going to take them out. But I think maybe we try to get the ghost.
I want to kind of help run interference and just run beneath the tree and like kind of lure the guys in that direction. Say, no, I'm with you. Come, let's circle up, and just sort of like run before I run out the other side and keep going. So there's like a perfect moment where they go beneath the tree.
I love it. So your final action will be what? You should roll something for that. I think that's a good one.
Would physical things and running be finesse?
I'll allow it. It makes sense. You're kind of, this part is a lot of miming for you since you're in the mask. You've got to act like you're like this, a male security fighter.
It's a stretch, but I'm great at disguise. Oh, it was a disguise roll.
It was.
Okay, so I have a 4 and a 1, but I'm going to throw 1 more die in there. And it's a 5.
Success with complication, which means only that they do follow you. They do get over there under the tree, but the complication is they're already suspicious of all of you. And as you're running to lead them under the tree, you kind of stumble for a second and your mask comes off. And you kind of look back and there is, another cascade of beautiful Kija hair falls out, and they can tell that it's not their friend, it's not their fellow guard, and so they're all coming for Kija. That is what's happening. What is the final thing that happens, Vucija? What is the final thing that happens tonight?
Vucija, drunk from spray of blow dart, pop out of box with her 2 fine pistols and shoot for 2 of the guards.
Can she have 2 pistols? Yes,
it's in the sheet.
You have 2 pistols. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
Okay. So this final action, I'm going to say, they're not expecting you. They don't know you're there. You're popping out. So that's good. This is a controlled situation, and it's going to have great effect. It's going to kill them. Okay. So it was kind of cool that you stayed in the box the whole time. But you are woozy, aren't you? You're woozy.
Yes, things have not gone well for Vucija today.
So I'm going to actually say that it is not controlled. It is now risky. You might pop out and fall over. You might miss one of them. So instead of controlled, your position is now risky. And we still haven't dealt with the ghost thing, which I think will be the final thing to happen. But go ahead. What are you rolling to shoot these guys? This is not good. Would this be finesse? Yes, you could use finesse for that.
Could I use hunt at all? Does that not make sense? I don't understand.
Earlier, yeah. Well, no, it makes sense. Hunt is kind of tracking people, sort of finding things. It's hunting for a thing.
What if I use survey to figure out if I could just ricochet the bullets off the tree that's bleeding as they're running past?
I'm going to allow survey. Yes, you kind of are. It looks like Vucija is all about timing and stuff like that. So you're surveying and you're waiting. You're like, not yet, now, and you're going to ricochet the boat. I love that. Go ahead, roll it.
All right, I roll 2.
Keep your
eye. What do I need? Okay, here we go. Vucija fall down.
What did you get?
I got 1 and 2.
Oh.
Okay, so
I may have hit myself with bullets.
So I'm going to narrate. Look, we've had an incredible adventure tonight, but I am not an easy game master. Sometimes I make bad things happen, and so here is what I'm going to rule. Okay, your characters do not die, but your characters. Here's what happens. Vucija comes out, and it is, as I said, you're woozy, Vucija, and you fall down, and your bullets just go wide, and they don't hit any of them. These guys attack you, and they are going to do harm to you. They do harm to all 3 of you. I want each of you to take a level 2 harm called stabbed, because these guys all get, they have knives, and they stab you, okay? But then... the blood trickles down and hits the blood in the river, and suddenly this enormous geyser of blood blasts up out of the shoreline, and it forms into a shrieking skull that screams out over the river, and all of these security men are like, what the and they start running and clawing away to get away from it, and blood tendrils are coming out and pulling them back down into the river and pulling them into the tree, and it is a horrific scene. It is a traumatizing scene, but for some reason they do not grab the 3 weird sisters, but the 3 weird sisters do get another harm from witnessing it. And the harm that they get, we're going to call spooked. So everybody has to take a level 1 harm called spooked and a level 2 harm called stabbed. Okay, but you have succeeded. You have survived. So spooked means you sometimes have trouble now with ghost-like things because this went so horribly awry. And stabbed means you're stabbed. You got stabbed before the ghost effect scared off those people. And who knows how your reputation with the Circle of Flame has gone. Probably that's gone down a little bit as well. But you succeeded. You killed him. And so for your final narration, I'll tell you about how these tendrils of blood suddenly wrap around the ankle of Ankayat, and they sort of slowly drag his body down into the water, and no death crow arrives because for some reason the weird sisters have helpers on the other side, people who are hungry for more blood, people who haven't been alive in a very long time.
Oh.
And that is where we will end for tonight.
Yay!
Yes!
break. When do we continue?
This is great.
Well, I would love for you guys to continue. Let's. I mean, we're going to do like a monthly thing because we have two other crews.
Okay.
And we are going to be doing a faction turn with our subscribers and our viewers where they get to decide the things that the other gangs that are in the book are doing while you're off doing your thing.
I have a question. Are we sticking with Weird Sisters? Because somebody else said Neapolitan Night Marketeers because of our hair, and I kind of liked that too.
Neapolitan.
Oh, I like that Neapolitan.
The
I like
Neapolitans.
How about the Neapolitans?
The Neapolitans is a weird name. I like it.
Neapolitan.
How about neopolyamorous? It's very.
I'm more into that.
Neopoliticians. Neopolyamorous is better. You're right.
Some of those are more descriptions than sort of crew names.
I think that we are all of those things, but I want people to call us the Weird Sisters. I feel like that's
I just wanted to point it out.
Yeah,
Weird Sisters works. I love it.
What did you guys think of your first outing with Blades in the Dark?
This was
I'm
fun.
so into it.
Sorry,
I love
lost a lot, but it was fun.
I lost a lot of it, but here's how I feel. I feel like going forward, now that I'm like, I kind of understand, I feel like I could do research and I could be better at it going forward. This is such a wacky, weird world.
Well, I thought you were awesome, but definitely feel free to do any research you like. You guys, I basically almost mangled the system a couple times. I'm still learning it. It's so different from other games. It's a little counterintuitive sometimes, but I mean, you made it so fun. So thank you guys. I want to thank you again, Jessica, Michelle, Singleton, Nicole, AIMÉE, Schreiber, and Becca Scott. Hit them up on their socials. Fun. Tell them how much you love them, how much you love their performance, and we'll see them again soon. Thank you, guys.
Yay. Bye, everybody.
Say goodbye for right now.
Vucija, love you.
Cannot fix my camera. I don't know what's going on. Those guys were amazing, were they not? And what a cool new addition to our universe. And it's just not going to go back. I am going to go ahead and do a little bit of end of show business, and then we can maybe take one comment or question. Actually, it's too late. I've gone so over. I have to just do the end of show business. Vampires of Pittsburgh tomorrow at 10 a.m. with Ashley Birch, Abubakar Salim, and Ross Bryant. I can't get in focus. God damn it. Stream of Blood is also a podcast. Subscribe, rate, and review it. It helps people find us here. Blades in the Dark is by Evil Hat Games. Its designer was John Harper. We will have original artwork by Will Potorf in future episodes of Blades in the Dark. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. Spread the word about Stream of Blood. Follow us on Twitch. Subscribe for special emotes and benefits. God damn it. I'm a ghost. I have entered the ghost field. I'm just like, wait, it's focusing now. We're on Instagram and Twitter at Stream of Blood, on Reddit as r/Stream of Blood, and we are also on Discord, the server of Blood. That's the best place to talk to us. I want to thank Brian Baldinger and Clinton Trucks, my good buddies, partners, and producers. Megan Arch, our social media manager. Matt Moynihan, our YouTube content producer. Our logo is by Garrett Ross, and our opening sting is by Andrew Orvidal. I'm late for drinks with my friends. I have to go. I love you all. Good night.